Good morning, everyone. Are we ready for another huge weekend of OWCS action? There's actually so much to happen. Let me make sure everything is started. YouTube chat, I think we're live too. YouTube, we're here. Hey, everyone on Twitch. Good morning. Oh, I feel like I've got something in my glasses, making them sit funny. All right, we're surely back. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. There's so much Overwatch again this weekend. This is gonna be our routine for ages now. For like 6 weeks, we're gonna have huge weekends of Overwatch. Everyone, street lights are still on, bud. I know, mate. It's dark outside. Dark outside. Morning Viper. Morning Kitty. Morning Banner. Yeah, new logo. I've SSG'd up the logo. Let me just give young Maxwell a knock so we are ready to go when it all kicks off. Do that. And then we can talk about the games a little bit. Because actually, sometimes we get sort of miss you too, Cube. Sometimes we get kind of dud weeks, essentially. But if I show you let's see, if I whoa. Thank you, Viper, for the tier 1. If I show you this week though, let me press this button. There we go. Let me get off studio mode as well. There we go. If I show you this, what we can actually see is the start for this week is actually pretty mega, right? Is my pen working? My pen's working. Brilliant. So FTG versus Falcons, T1 versus Crazy Raccoon. Best of New Era. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a quieter end to the day. Why am I yellow? I took for piss. It's the SSG colours, mate. Why aren't you yellow? Think about it this way. Come on, mate. Brand up. Have you had your oats this morning? Morning, Musket. Doing good, doing good. Excited. Today should actually be like probably the biggest day in Korea this week. Because Tuesday looks a little bit. Sorry. Saturday looks a little bit. Maybe Zeta versus Wade's the best looking game there. Then on Sunday, T1 Falcons should be good. But really, I think it's all about today. These first 2 games, in fact. So if you're up bright and early, you're going to get thoroughly rewarded with some good Overwatch, I reckon. The dog shit bowl on Saturday. What best to be poker face or scrap? I mean, do remember in Korea there's actually 9 teams, so there is actually, if you finish 9th, you do just get eliminated several weeks before everyone else. So currently we have 3 teams who are 0-4 with slightly different map records. New Era amassing a mighty 3 maps out of 15. Pokerface 2, Vesta 1. You can see how you can see the state of play here. So these teams will be scrapping it out to sustain the competition. So any game between these 3 will actually be massive. Obviously, we are watching New Era versus Vesta, which in theory is massive, but I think today's the day. New Era, they're going to get their first win today. Morning, Fovi. Yeah, today is the day. First one. 2 of those teams have got back from Falcons. It's true. Yeah, Falcons have actually been the most generous. Giving up 3 maps to opponents you maybe wouldn't expect them to. But Falcons are going to get a real test today. Because they dropped a map to New Era. Surprising. Dropped a map to Vesta. Even more surprising. Dropped a map to Zeta, which actually super understandable. Super reasonable that series was closer. But currently Falcons without a 3-0. And honestly, Falcons week is really tough, right? They got FTG and T1. I think most people, when we talk about Korea, we're thinking of like, there's still the big 3 with Zeta Division, Falcons, and Crazy Raccoon, even though Zeta have maybe not quite had the start they wanted. Problems with Violet being away, sick last week. So I still expect to be the big 3, but I think FTG and T1, my pen's got bigger. FTG and T1 are certainly looking like the stiffest competition to them. So that'll be interesting. I think EMEA, yeah, we'll do a quick rundown of the whole day, and then I need to do my pick'ems before the action starts. I'll do Korea pick'ems this morning, and then I'll do my other pick'ems, my like North America and EMEA before the stream later tonight. No idea about Violet. I mean, I guess he's back. You know, hopefully if he's just sick, then it's you know, he's just back. Missed both games last week. Alfie filling in on main support, and honestly, he did all right. All things considered, he did really all right, especially on Lucio, which I feel like is a really hard hero to come in and play. This kind of level, he actually did really all right. Then EMEA. EMEA is like, I think EMEA is actually going to be good every week just because there's enough good teams or enough evenly matched teams. So Genji versus Sakura, maybe not the most exciting one. Ultimates versus Vision. It shouldn't be that exciting, but I know all of TU's games have felt much closer than they maybe should do on paper so far, so you never know. TM versus Al-Qudsiya. It's interesting, Saudi Derby, all that, but I feel like TM should be significantly ahead of Al-Qudsiya based on like Al-Qudsiya's results were pretty poor last week, and their performances really, really unconvincing. So I think TM might blow them out of the water. Obviously, TM hoping to bounce back and get their first win of the season as well. But this should be where it happens for TM. Then Saturday, VP versus Sakura. Again, like a really tough week for Sakura here. Might just end up another 0-2 week for them. Especially like after losing to Vision last week. I think Sakura looking really ropey in terms of avoiding relegation right now. Peps v TM. This one might be a banger, actually. Yes, yes, Skytor. We'll get to it, Skytor, mate, because I'm gonna have to explain it to people, and people won't believe me, Skytor. So we'll get to it in a second, because the meta word on the street, people in Korea, people in EMEA, people in North America, they're all saying the meta has changed. They're all saying the meta has changed. Torb Sim, yeah. We'll get to it because I'll need to give you some convincing because you won't believe me. Is it time for how much sleep will CX Unter get today? Yeah, it's time for that, Kenobi. We'll be all right. Yeah, I think everywhere, Skytor. Word on the street is it's everywhere. Let me run through these and then we'll talk about it. So yeah, Peps CM. This is actually going to be a banger. I think this is going to be a banger. Vision versus Peps, kind of meh. Genji versus Al-Qudsiya. I think, again, I expect Genji to win this after Al-Qudsiya's performances last week. But I think this week is actually... I know they won one of their games last week, Al-Qudsiya, but I think this week is make or break. If they lose the games, it's not the end of the world. They can still get top 6. But if these performances don't show that they are at least within punching distance of TM or punching distance of Genji, I think it's really looking bad for Al-Qudsiya. So I think this is even though it's only week 2, I think it's super important Al-Qudsiya get something, or at least like, if they lose both series 3-2, it will still feel bad, but that would be enough to convince me, right? They need to show their ability to play and compete with these teams. North America is really going to feel the repercussions of them slamming so many good games into week 1, where we're going to get Shikigami versus Timeless, SSG versus Amplify, so we're really looking at 2 of the top teams versus 2 of the bottom teams. Then Saturday, we've got Nightmare, Amplify, SSG, Avidity. Again, it feels like we should be watching top teams versus bottom teams. Rad Avidity versus Timeless should be our best game of the week in North America, but it's possible the meta change has actually completely screwed that. So we'll get there. Cheers, Viper. You think Nightmare sweeps? Yeah, I think it should be straightforward for Nightmare. And then similarly on this one, Team Liquid should win their game pretty comfortably. Rad should beat Avidity, all of this, you know. Interesting to see as well with teams like Amplify. Obviously when the meta shifts, if you're a team like Amplify who have separate strengths from everything else, it kind of just happens. Okay, so should I do my pick'ems? What time are we on? Oh, we got 18 minutes. All right, let me do my pick'ems and yeah. What could the meta be though? It's impossible, you guess. Actually, it's impossible. When I was told, I was like, no, it doesn't make any sense. It can't be. It's not possible. It doesn't make any sense. And then I watched some games and I was like, ah, fuck, you can't actually kill anyone. Yeah, so word on the street, word on the street is that word on the street is actually the backline's pretty malleable, but the word on the street is the meta comp is Ball Sim Torb. Ball Sim Torb is the future. Okay? So I expect we'll see that in all three regions today. I know. I had the same reaction, guys. I had the same reaction. Morning, Oren. I had the same reaction. It wasn't bait. No. Good luck, Oren. You've got it, mate. I don't trust him. I mean, I didn't. Again, I understand completely, guys. Because when I was told this information, I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But when you see it in practice and when you see it play against other stuff, so we'll talk about it a lot. We'll talk about it a lot when we see the games, because I think what we're gonna get immediately is a litmus test, right? Is when we see FTG versus Falcons. Now, word on the street is Falcons are actually, last I heard, weren't buying into the meta. That was a few days ago, though, so maybe this changes, right? But what we're gonna see is T1 play Crazy Raccoon and FTG play Falcons, right? So serious games. So people will very much having to play their best and what they think is strongest to win. So yeah. All right. So with that in mind, should we do our pick'ems? With that in mind, let's do our pick'ems, right? So here's what I'm going to start with. So honestly, maybe Falcons have swapped of meta, but I don't think Hambin's got a ball in him, you know? So maybe Hambin will just play Diva or something, kind of like a sort of side grade option. Bans are going to be super important, right? Because this Ball Torb Sim comp definitely can be touched with bans. But the main reason I think this comp is meta is because it has the capability, unlike a lot of other comps, to go toe-to-toe and beat Hazard, actually. And I think that's why, in theory, we're going to see so much of the meta. So I'm actually going to come out with an outrageously hot take of FTG winning. And then this is a risk, because so far in my pick'ems, I've done pretty bad in EMEA, pretty bad in North America, but Korea has been solid, right? So so I'm actually, this is a big gamble. This is a big gamble, but honestly, FTG maybe shocks. T1 versus Crazy Raccoon. This is FTG is the it's like Profit and Vindame and I've forgotten every single player on this team. I actually have a memory of a Collander. I'll just get it up. Save us all the drama. Oh yeah, Sunjin, he sung Vigilante. There we go. Yeah. So he sung Ball. Not really seen him play Ball before, but you know, I reckon he's good for it. No, you've not missed any games yet, MX. We're still in the mix. Yeah, but what we're going to see, this is going to be the battle of the two best balls, right? So I think Crazy Raccoon win. But I think it's like there's maps there, you know? There's maps. Vesta versus New Era. I think New Era take it. They might even 3-0, honestly. Are they 3-0? Yeah, I think they 3-0. Maybe that's like a bit of a bold prediction. That'll be not one-sided, but yeah. Zeta versus Wei. Because I feel like Wei actually also find themselves... Where are they? Wei are in a pretty good situation where they have a ball player. So maybe in this situation... Maybe... I think Zeta win, but maybe Zeta have to like dogfight their way out of this series, honestly. Yeah, I think Wei are good. I think Wei have shown they've been pretty good with Hazard. I think what we're going to see... What we're going to see is... You know, like... I think Wei are an okay team, and they're really good at Hazard meta. So they're sort of doing very well right now because of that. Now it's going to be a brand new meta. So, in theory, a brand new meta. So I think Wei will have to prove themselves again. But Wei do have Milgari, who is known to have a pretty good ball on him. So I think Wei actually make this one really ugly for Zeta. But Zeta always come out on top, you know? Vesta versus Pokerface. This feels like... I think Pokerface win. I think it's ugly. I think it's messy. I think it's going to be a painful watch, but I think they do it. And Crazy Raccoon come out, sweep New Era. I know New Era keep taking maps off teams, but yeah. Hey, Missa. Yeah, let me do these last 3 games, and then we can talk about, I guess, some of like the theory and principle, and why it's maybe relevant, or why it's maybe we've seen this shift. So Wei versus FTG. Honestly, do Wei win? Is that a hot take to predict FTG to beat Falcons, then Wei to beat FTG? Maybe it's a dogfight to FTG. FTG's weak. Falcons versus T1. Maybe Falcons just go 0-2 this week. Fuck it. Falcons go 0-2 this week. I'm betting against the bin. Zeta versus Pokerface. This one should just be fine anyway, right? I don't think the meta shift actually it's not going to be like, oh, now 9th place teams are beating 1st place teams. All right. So it's in the books. It's in the books. Let's where are we? Get some background music. Live. Oh. I thought you were taking the piss after Crazy Raccoon last week. Well, last week when Crazy Raccoon played Vesta, and I can show you the comps. If you've not seen this, this is my comp database. I can show you the comps, and there was this moment here. Let me find it. Crazy Raccoon versus Vesta Crew, right? And as you can see, Crazy Raccoon's comps in the second half is all Bull Torb Sim, right? It's all Bull Torb Sim over here. And at this point, if you watch me and Max cast that, we would be making lots of jokes about Crazy Raccoon taking the piss. Their bladder seems to be endless. They're not taking it seriously. And maybe, honestly, maybe they were taking the piss at the time. But one way or another, it seems like this comp actually has legs. And most importantly, it has legs against Hazard. And as if you've watched last week, you'll know there's a billion Hazard. A billion places you can play Hazard and it'd be the most effective comp. But all of a sudden, with this version of a comp, Ball matches up okay into Hazard anyway. I think we've seen bits of Ball throughout last week, just on the maps it's good for. But I think what happens with Torb and Sim is Torb, I think, probably actually has one of the nicer matchups to Hazard. I think, again, if we look to last week, we actually saw a decent map of Torb, like maybe New Junk City, some of the control points, right? Like, at least in Korea, the teams were like leaning into Torb a little bit more. But all of a sudden now, Torb and Sim, think of like, in Overwatch, you always got to think, I guess, like about effective range. You know, so Hazard, compared to like Winston and Diva, and I can have like quite big effective range. Maybe I need like a different thing to draw on. But when it's like quite big effective range, you know, like maybe Diva's is a little bit shorter, but still quite long. Hazard's is somewhere like here, and then maybe you've got like Ryan in the middle here or something, right? But all of a sudden, what's effective in this sort of like mid to short range? Torb and Sim actually just have loads of damage in this range. So all of a sudden, all these situations in previous comps where it sort of felt like, wait, the Hazard can just go in, he can get away with loads, he doesn't take that much damage, and he can get multiple sets of cooldowns off, he just doesn't get punished anyway. I think there's an element here that now he doesn't, right? If a Torb and Sim are shooting him, they just do enough damage to kill him or force him to really, really back off or really like disengage. So I think all of a sudden now this comp makes Hazard feel really squishy. I think Sim CP is always a super strong ability. Even though I think we'll see it less in maybe the way we used it in London, when it's a lot of team rotation and stuff, or disengages. But I think there'll just be more like Sim TP just to dodge a dive, or Sim TP just to have the Sim or Torb harass throughout the fight. I think similarly, you look at a lot of the other heroes that are meta, right? What have we seen a lot in Korea and in the West and everywhere, right? Double flex DPS. Genji especially, right? We've seen so much Genji. Like if you look at this spreadsheet, and I just scroll through it, this is Korea only, but this green is Genji, right? You can just see a lot of green, right? There's a lot of green in this sheet, which means people like Genji. And Genji isn't that good into Torb. Isn't that good into Sim either, because he can't deflect half the damage and the turrets are really annoying for him. Similarly, even the Tracer we've seen, pretty bad into both of these heroes. So I think all of a sudden Torb, high damage output, can actually live good into some of these divers, and all of that. Yeah, Zula, I think in terms of like, will it make it less dominant? Yeah, I think, I mean, it's possible we shift the other way. In terms of now, all of a sudden, everyone's just playing this version of the comp or something. So maybe we just have like a complete pivot of like, now loads of teams are just playing this. I think one thing that's important to say is this is all fresh, right? Really fresh. So I think Korea, it started in Korea, or at least somewhere. It started in Korea before coming to EMEA, and then I think from EMEA it spread to North America. You know, a classic sort of outbreak situation here where it spreads across the globe, east to west. It can happen. We've seen it happen. So it's really new right now. So I think this meta is also completely undeveloped. It's probably most developed in Korea, and I think all the EMEA teams, all the North America teams, they're going to be watching the VODs of this FTG Falcons and this T1 Crazy Raccoon. They're going to be watching all of this, and I think these first two games today are actually going to be super pivotal in informing everyone sort of how do you play, what swaps are involved, type meta. Because while I think, you know, Torb Sim Ball is probably quite effective in against the Hazard comp, there's probably a real argument it's not the best in the mirror, you know? So that's probably like that's like an extra step to the development. See, I'm going to be on top now. Yeah, I think they got a great chance. I think they were one of the first teams to really do this as well, so in theory they are at the forefront of everything. But yeah, watching the comp, it sounds like wacky on paper, but stuff just doesn't die. Stuff just doesn't die, but Torb can do so much. And somebody asked earlier, oh wait, let me answer two questions. Salmon on YouTube chat says, want to be streaming tonight? Yeah, Unter's streaming tonight. He should be live already, and we're gonna sync up once the games itself start in a sort of like 5-10 minutes or so. Can Chris coach this? Yeah, of course he can, mate. Chase has been playing a lot of ball already, so maybe it lines up nicely. You know, it's worth which teams are going to be affected the most by this. I think it looks quite rough for Zeta Division. Does Burner have a ball on him? Don't know. Haven't seen it. Hambin, I think, most certainly doesn't have a ball on him. But then maybe Vestler as well. Another player who's going to get affected by this. Maybe teams that are good, or this has benefited. If Twisted Minds with Haddy, this probably lines up quite nicely for them. Maybe they could even get Yubi in, right? What did I have for dinner yesterday? I had burgers, but it wasn't like in a bun or anything. I just had like the burger itself, some salad, and some halloumi. Burner was the ball player for Spark in 21-22. Oh, really? Was he any good? I have no memory of this. Are you trying to fit into a tux or something? I'm getting married, thanks. Gotta make sure I'm you know, not too podgy for the wedding. He was underrated, not jumping though. Maybe Burner will just cop it then. Yeah. I mean, we've seen... I feel like I've actually made this mistake with Burner before, where I'm like... Yeah, but he couldn't play Doomfist, could he? And then he turns out to be quite good at Doomfist, you know? So, maybe he's actually just... He's just really got it on everything that's not Winston. That's alright, GT. We'll be doing the same thing here, or the same thing we did last week, where I'll put the VODs on my YouTube second channel as quickly as I can. I'll try it, because I saw some people talking. I don't know if anyone watching now, maybe I'm only watching the VODs. Some people talking about how sometimes, because I avoid putting the timestamps in the VODs. I just put like the game starts here, so if anyone wants to watch spoiler free, they can watch spoiler free. But I know some people have said is like, even though you don't know how many maps there's going to be from the timestamps, the length of a video can be the giveaway, right? Like, oh, I'm on map 2 and this VOD ends in 20 minutes. Probably a 5-map banger, right? Maybe not. So I'll try and cut the VODs a little bit later, if I can. And that maybe solves some of that problem. But we're kind of like, what's the word? Roundabout solutions. But we'll try some stuff this weekend and hopefully we can find something that works a little bit better. Biggest winner of his best will be Team Liquid for an A. Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Viper. Like, all of a sudden, a team like Liquid, who maybe really didn't look all that on the Hazard mirror, you know, or last week, it didn't look like a hero that Infected was able to have the same level on. All of a sudden, this looks like a pretty good meta for them, right? New patch, and there has been a patch, but there's been no balance updates. It was just a we're fixing stuff type patch. You can't just post the whole event cup a few days later. Yeah, well, I want the turnaround to be quite nice. So it's like, in my head, I think especially for a lot of like, I don't know how many Americans we have here right now, but Korea especially, this time slot I think is really hard for Americans. So I quite like being able to have the VODs up like as soon as possible. And the quickest way to do that is to, rather than take a big VOD and cut it up and deal with that rendering time, is to just start the recording, stop the recording for each match, and then upload it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Fargon. I kind of want them all, if I can have every VOD to be around 2 hours, that probably is like the hardest to figure, the hardest to get spoiled by, right? I think it'll be easier in Korea than in EMEA in North America, because in EMEA in North America, they actually start the next game quite quickly.
Which uses the newly developed fast TN panel and upgraded
oh, really?
technology.
Ah. You're the exception, Rash.
This monitor has an XLX monitor stand design.
Where was I going?
It has
I've lost
incorporated industrial-grade bearings into the height adjustment mechanism, allowing easier and smoother adjustment to the exact.
You missed Backbone Sim? Yeah. I mean, what a meta it would have been for the old SSG core, no? The old London core? Fuck. Haddy on ball, Sim Torb. Ah, we're fucking taking over again. Yeah, exactly. So I think a big part of me with a VOD channel, and I think people are enjoying it so far, is getting them up quickly. But I'll try and cut them later. I know Juby asked, what time do you want to cut the VODs? It's hard to be exact, but maybe I want to, like, if I do marbles and stuff or whatever beforehand, let all of that run, and then when we start the new VOD, try and get it almost like just 5 minutes or something before the next game starts. Maybe when we start having, like, you know when they do player walkouts, maybe that's like a good trigger for like start the VOD. I don't know what it would be in EMEA, but that's maybe like at least a useful one. Yeah. Ooh, morning, Salem. Salem. This is the weirdest sounding meta. I mean, it's odd, right? It's odd. That's a lot, Viper. You need to cop yourself a nap. Even I had a nap even I had a 20-minute nap last week. What'll be funny? Oh, thank you, Fish.
You're subbing while on a high-speed train.
Where are you on a high-speed train to? Is this in the UK? Are you on the, like, fast line to London? Or are you on off seeing the world? What'll be funny as well is if it just turns out now the meta's moved on as well. By the time we actually get to the games, there was just like a brief moment in the middle of the week where everyone was playing Sim Tour Ball, and then it all moves on. Ooh. That's nice. Oh, thank you, Headrammer. Appreciate the 11 months. Wait, what's this saying? I think the backline, from what I've seen, is quite malleable. Might be like a Kiri Lucio, could be a Juno Lucio, could be an Anna Kiri. That's kind of what we saw Crazy Raccoon do last week as well. Where are they? Here they are. Yeah, they did like Anna Kiri on Saravasa, Pap, Lucio, and Colosseo. Can I ask them to start the game? Yeah, sure. Sure they'll get in right on it. Gives me time to finish my sandwich at least. Same, Salem, same. You know, sometimes when you take the piss though, you just stumble across gold. If your piss is gold when you need a drink, actually true. Actually undeniably true on that one. Ooh. And we've got action. What games are you watching today? So we got FTG against Falcons to kick us off. And then we got T1 against Crazy Raccoon. And then New Era versus Vesta, right, is our closer for today. So actually, today's the most stacked day in terms of games for Korea. Toronto really thought that? Yeah. I mean, the meta can shifts can be, what's it called? What's the expression? Like an unkind mistress, you know? It can change with the wind, the meta. You know, just last week we were talking about Hazard. How important it is just to have a good Hazard player, be good at that version of a comp, playing it most of the time in scrims. And now a distant memory. A distant memory. You think they'll play the new Bull Comp? Apparently Falcons aren't that keen on it, is the last I heard. So maybe Falcons won't, but again, this is, I think, like everything you hear out of Korea is always like a bit delayed, right? Takes a while to come through. Betting your third leg on FTG? Yeah, I mean, I think also you got to remember there's still not always going to be like maps that just aren't as good for Ball, etc. But I don't think Koth is that bad, really. Like, Lijiang, make it work. What else is it before? Oasis actually pretty good for it. Like, maybe University's hard, but the others are really fine. I don't think I've ever seen Heesung play Ball. We'll find out we'll find out in a second, I guess. But yeah, if anyone plays it, I guess FTG are the more likely. But we'll wait and see. You know, I feel like I've built this up now as well, so there's a huge chance it backfires in my face. I promise it was true, guys. I promise it was at least true for a little bit of the middle of the week. Yes, sis. Yeah, today's the big one. Today's the big one. I think for Korea, at least. Maybe EMEA has some pretty decent games all throughout. But yeah. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. That's now you're talking, Red Eyes. No. No. Vinny third. Best players on Lucio? Alright. Where's the Ajax counter, though? Where's the Ajax counter? Why is Alpha E not on there? They fixed it against him. I'm still... Okay. Maybe this is time for my tinfoil hat. I actually just threw away the tinfoil and my sandwich came in, so... But, it's just time for my tinfoil hat. But I still don't get how this guy gets all the stats, right? How does he do it? I feel like I need a person with technical know-how to explain it to me. Because he says he uses computer vision. But I just don't think it can do it. So maybe I'll give like a bit of context here. So there's a Twitter account called Overwatch Analytics that provides all the stats for WDG on the broadcast. And he gets all these stats from the replays, he says. Which is okay, fair enough. But when you get stats from the replays, because this is what I used to do on British Hurricane and London Spitfire, right? I made a program using computer vision that did something like this. And what you can do with computer vision is it can look at an image and it can pick out certain bits, right? It can like recognize images and stuff like that. Oh, hold on, I need to give Maxi the clean feed link. Sorry, yeah, so you can pick off stuff, right? So think of the HUD, right? Think of the HUD. Cheers, Common. Think of the HUD and what you can see. You can see the kill feed. You know, you can see all this stuff here. You can see the kill feed, so you can see who kills who, what hero they're on, even what ability they use to kill them. And then you have all the stuff at the top, which is the heroes people have selected, and their ult charge, right? And their HP and all of this, right? So, able to get who kills who, number of kills, number of deaths. But where do they get the damage from, right? But doesn't the scoreboard not exist in replays? I thought the scoreboard didn't exist in replays, if I'm not mistaken. Because otherwise, that's like the go-to answer, right? Of like just build something that can like get the scoreboard. Because the problem with you also can't figure out damage from ult charge, right? Because when someone is 100% charge. I'll minimize this so we can watch the game when I watch the walkout when it happens. But when someone's 100% ult charge, they don't build any more ults, right? So how is he getting the damage and healing numbers? Where do they come from? Unless he just gets the game reports, right, afterwards. Right, and then he's just copy and pasting numbers off a thing, which is... I mean, it's useful, right? Blizzard connection? Well, no, because the Twitter account existed. So WDG partner with this guy now, right? But he existed beforehand, right, with all of this. But thank you, Shumuse. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean... Thanks for the offer, Jana. I'll consider it. Fuck these ads. You're going to be ad-free from now on, Shumus. Don't you worry.
네, 2025 OWCS Korea Stage 1. 안녕하세요.
Let me turn this down a little bit.
네, 반갑습니다. 자, 오늘
Alright,
첫 경기
let's hear it.
팔콘의 경기가
By which I mean, interpret the body language. Maybe he manually counts, but what is he counting?
먼저 FTG
You know?
만나볼까요?
One by one. Like...
네, 에임 구단주님 그렇다면 팀
Thanks,
팔콘도 만나보도록
Viper.
할게요.
안녕하세요. 팀 팔콘 코치 에이드라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
네, 이드 코치님도 반갑습니다. 자, 오늘 첫 경기부터
That's what I mean, Stuart, because he could watch it from every replay, right?
상위권 도약이냐 아니면 팔콘이 라쿤과의 1위 경쟁을 견고히 굳히는
But
냐의 싸움인데요.
I
자, 오늘
just-
매치 결과에 따라서
I just
결정됩니다. 하지만
I just can't explain it, right?
지금까지
And if I can't
크리즈의
explain it,
경우에는
I've got to be
크레이지라는
cynical, because
듀에라
also,
제4득점 호페를 상대로 패승패승
that jumper isn't cash
장단전의
money. I mean,
느낌으로
this
경기를
jumper is
해왔잖아요.
straight out of,
팔콘의
like
경우에는
what?
듀에라,
Straight out of like the 60s, this jumper, right?
순위상
Got this one from a charity shop, I think, unfortunately. But if I go to Big Maxwell, because Maxwell had this interaction with him.
이야기 한번 나눠볼까요?
Why does this guy tweet so far?
저희가 일단은 처음 신생팀인데 이 정도 성적을 낸 거에 되게 만족을 하고 있고요. 앞으로도 좋은 분위기
here we go.
보이면서 계속 승리해 나갈
All right, so he posts for stats. This is before he's partnered with WDG, right? He says, "How do you get these stats?" He says, "The whole process was developed by our team together, so I can't really go into detail. Basically, a lot of data is
저희도
obtained
사실
through
대지를
computer
그렇게
vision."
크게 신경 쓰지는 않긴 해요. 왜냐면은
And then he asks the question, "How could you be obtaining specific damage?" Because the kills and all of that, I think, is like really makes sense. But the damage of the healing is for one that like I can't see like a technical solution.
지금까지 오늘의 상대에 대해서 그만큼 연구를 많이 해오셨을 것
Because then, this guy responds talking about Faceit API, but it's like WG don't buy on Faceit.
대해서 어떻게 평가하시는지도 궁금한데요.
개개인의 피지컬이 되게 좋은 팀이고 그리고
I mean, obviously there's like a language barrier thing in here as well, right? Because he's I'm pretty sure he's Korean.
하지만 저희가 오늘 준비해온 조합들이 되게 신박하실 겁니다.
Yeah, but he's not but he's not in the lobby, right? If you can get, you have to understand that this guy started doing this before being partnered with WDG, right? So either he was just getting the stuff, right?
FTG 팀 같은
He was just,
경우는
and to be
아무래도
fair, if
선수들이
players were just sending him
있고 좀 공격성 있는
the scoreboards and
플레이를
stuff,
많이
it's still
그만큼
really
고점이
cool.
높다라고
But what you say then
그거에 대해서
is, oh yeah,
그만큼 고점 높다면 우리가 더 높은
I got
고점을
I just got the
보여주겠다라는
scoreboards,
마음가짐을
right?
하겠습니다.
It's all the information is still super interesting and useful.
But
But don't lie and say a I did it. I just coded it. What do you mean you coded it? You got sent a screenshot and you looked at it, right? There's like these are two very different things. No, exactly. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, no way. That seems so unlikely, right? Because again, he wasn't partnered with WDG until after he was providing these stats, right?
되게 어리고 되게 생각이
He'll 100% miss. Yeah, there would be like a break somewhere, right?
상대보다는 좀 더 피지컬도 앞설 거라고 생각합니다.
야, 어림에서 나오는 피지
With what API though?
오늘 극복하기 힘들걸요라고 들어봤는데 그렇다면
Because
팔콘은 어떨까요?
WG don't use Faceit
저희는
at all.
뭐 기록이 증명하고 있다고 생각합니다.
아하.
But WG don't
자,
use Faceit, so again, it's like
기록으로 말합니다. 라고 들어봤어요. 자, 진정한 상위권 도약을 위해서 오늘 경기
Yeah, I have peace. Yeah, I have
기원하고
peace.
계신데요.
And
팬분들께도 한 말씀
it's real peace, mate. How's your ball looking?
되게 추운데요.
Because you might be having to play a lot of it in your near
재밌게
future.
즐기시고 조심하게 귀가하시길 바랍니다.
네, 오늘 경기 재밌게 즐기시고 조심히 가시길 바란다라고 들어봤고요. 그렇다면 팀 팔콘은요?
오늘 이렇게 많은 분들이 마주 보러 와주셔서 저희가
No, because
오늘 매진이라고 들어가.
yeah, I mean to be fair, Impulse, this is like a good theory, right? Because there is lobby code that can spit out a CSV file at the end, right? But message some of the players or unmessage some of the players like who actually playing it, and they say they were saying they don't use a lobby code in Korea. So there's no custom code being used in Korea when they play. So again, I think that's like a reasonable theory, but it also falls down again. And again, this is all the sort of thing, like all my skepticism, just solved if he just provides a reasonable explanation. But he left Max hanging out to dry with this one, never replied. So it only raises the skepticism, you know? You just had the vision, Kirito. You knew and no one else knew. Oh, wait, Simon says, surely he's just passing the replay format. It's probably supplying recording everything that happens. Yeah, but even then, I don't know how you would determine that into like healing healing and damage, and how you'd assign that to players. The stats come to him in a dream. Okay, now this one I can... Overthinking it, it's just black magic. Oh, okay, then. Yeah, I did. To be fair, I hadn't factored in what if it was just black magic, you know? And that's partly on me. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm a sucker for some numbers. So if he's got the numbers, I'm excited to see the numbers, and I think it's a good thing to improve the broadcast. I think the NA and EMEA broadcast, they don't tap into the numbers that they 100% do have access to enough. But I'm just skeptical, right? I'm just skeptical. I swear this is meta, that's good. I mean, I feel like if I had to guess right now, and I am mostly guessing here, please, what I would say is I reckon this comp is really good into Hazard, but there's just going to be something else that maybe beats it. Like in, you know, if both teams start playing like this ball tour sim, there's no way that's like the optimal mirror situation, you know? No way, Torb. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance it's like the best comp against Hazard, because it can like kill the Hazard in a more meaningful way than most DPS. Like, you think what most teams have done in the Hazard comp is people have gone, like, they've teched into mobility and survivability, right? This is why you see Tracer and Genji, even people playing Sombra a bunch, Echo, stuff like this, stuff that can just survive. But then all of a sudden, this is like a DPS combo that can actually kill the Hazard, or at least put him under substantial pressure and he needs to piss off. So I feel like, yeah. I mean, Torb might just be broken. I'm more convinced that the Torb might just be really good. When I was watching some Torb gameplay, I was like, this hero is actually just insane. He's actually, it might just be the best DPS in the game. But Aria, let's see it. Let's see it. Heesung for now. Locking the ball. Prophet is on Sim. Sunjun's playing Smithy Heroes. Maybe just a TP out of spawn. We'll see if it's come to pass. We'll see if the rumors are accurate. Let me crank this.
Crank it, mate. Crank it and count it if possible.
21,
crank and
20,
same time.
19,
right, just comically
18,
ahead of you. Keep
17,
going.
16, 15, 14.
We're in sync.
13.
It just works, Xavier. It just works.
My policy's just dropped. Hold on, it's gonna stop working.
Okay. It just
8,
doesn't work.
7,
that's okay.
6, 5.
I've reset my
4,
quality and now I'm buffering too. 4, 3, 2, 1,
Don't
0.
come with
You
that.
have permission to finish. You can come,
No!
everybody. You can come and you can leave after the fact.
At the start of the stream.
At the start. We're going to let them finish early now. Got a dive coming in from Heesung in the backline. Nade comes out from field. We've got the Ana Kiriko for Falcons. That's going to be pocketed a lot by Harmon on the Diva. Lots of peel available. Meanwhile, FTG on the Wrecking Ball comp, they're going to be taking more wide angles, a little bit more risk.
A bit more risk right now. And Slam comes in from Heesung right now. Pressure onto this Hanzo. Vinny's going to set that one up, finish it off as well. Turret's taken down. 6th man in the bin. And now Heesung is all over this Ana. No escape for Fielder. And a good first fight for FTG.
Nutty first fight for FTG there. There's a little secret going around at the moment where some teams have been playing a little bit of Wrecking Ball. And if there's one thing that we know about Team Falcons right now, they're down a player. They are short a Wrecking Ball. So we're going to probably see a lot of harm, but on heroes like Diva trying to counter out the wheel here. Falcons have actually made wholesale swaps off the Hanzo over to the Sim Sombra. Sim, another hero that has been seeing outrageous amounts of play this week.
It's a really interesting development of the meta here, and word on the street is that Falcons aren't really teching into it because, I mean, Hanbin doesn't have the same level of ball as most other top tanks on the other top teams. So Falcons are going to have to find an alternate solution in this new look meta. Venture out from Sunjun is a bit of a weird one as well. They're going to nano the Venture in here, looking for it, but Proper's going to get nanoed back as well. The turrets are just going to beam him down, and Sim just eliminates the Venture there. Nano on nano action. and goes very much in favor. And now Proper getting on the back line, trying to harass Nisana. Come on, Vigi, keep moving. He's got the mini as well. He's winning it. He's just got the moves. Hambin's got a bomb kill on point, and Proper's going to get cleaned up by Vinny. And FTG are going to win this fight as well.
Oh, Heesung, he traded out in the back, took down the mech, took down the supports. Proper absolutely fumbling the bag there. Had Vigi on the ropes, lets him get away with murder. And Falcons, I mean, they've used support ultimates now. They're charging up Chio's beat eventually. But FTG, it's final fight territory. They can go for a beep dive here. Sonjin very far forward. Manual hack does not burrow underground. Vindy now dancing with death on the run. But God, I mean, it's a 4v5. There's still a beat advantage for FTG right now. Slam on the high ground from Heesung is good, but Falcons, I mean, they're going to be able to touch and get this EMP off soon.
Yeah, they've got a symbol for it as well, which can really help them force point. They're going to deal with that turret first. Now their other ults are coming online, EMP B as well. So Falcons now have a healthy bank, but it's going to be hard to clear this ball off the point. They're not being very aggressive right now. It's actually Vinde who starts the fight. Chio's going to match for beat, catches everyone with it now. So I'm just going to try and disengage, gets hacked on the way out right now. The Falcons really trying to maximize their trigger discipline here. Don't press symbol, don't press EMP, and just muscle their way back onto point.
Yeah, that was really good macro for Falcons. I mean, they had the early pick and they just kept playing to that, held on to every single ultimate. Now they get to come into the next one with good solutions to what FTG have. I mean, it's already an uphill battle. They lose the flip, they're going to lose the point. But Heesung, he's right back into it. He's slamming up on high ground. Sonjin pops that tectonic shock. That forces out double from Falcons. That's the Kitsune Rush and the symbol. Vindy will fall in the mix. Sonjin looking for a kill. Finds Chio, but down he goes as well. So still a one-player advantage for Falcons right now. FTG, they're probably just going to slow it down a little bit, wait for some respawns, but Vindy will be back fast. We have a minefield for the objective, and we do have that nano boost as well.
Yeah, Nano could maybe be a really scary one. We saw FTG focus onto Sunjin last time. I think a Nano Boost Adventure, really huge one-shot potential here, can put a lot of heroes, especially maybe the Sim, the most vulnerable hero in the Falcons comp, under a lot of pressure. Stalkerbo has this EMP, so he's just going to go first. Minefield has been used. He's harassing the Sim, but the Sim's going to TP away. Minefield is out from Heesung, just trying to force point a little bit, doesn't catch anything. Now the EMP does catch the ball. Heesung's going to die as a result right now, and that might just be the end to FTG's next attack.
Skipper, eat your heart out, mate. Struggling. Sonjin looking for the deep push. They want this. They go for the symbol on the objective. They throw the nano boost onto Sonjin. The Matrix is so good from Hanbin, though. Looks like Vindy has managed to take down Fielder in the mix. Beat from Chio catches 3, but there's 4 members of FTG alive. Proper is right back into it. Chio is all over Vindy like a bad smell. Vindy's 80% to beat drop. The point had flipped in all of this. Heesung catches a kill on Proper. It's a 2 versus 3 on the point. Stalker's good for another. The slam onto Chio. Chio continues to play his life. Will go to Heesung in the end, and FTG, they win the scrap. I mean, it's just deathmatch Overwatch right now, Xavier. How can anybody keep track of this?
It's just chaos, right? There's multiple Sim CPs in play, Bulls in play, Diva in play, Anna's on the back of the map as well, Adventure burrowing underground and just taking these engages in random places. It's full chaos, a real scrap, and it looked like Falcons had really, it looked like they'd weathered the storm, honestly. Full Matrix onto that Nano, everyone lives, but pushing right behind was just that full beam Sim. D-Mex Hanbin while he peels for his team. Then after that, Falcons just forced into clutch territory all of a sudden, and they just aren't able to trade for kills. So FTG, back out on top. But I feel like as we go through these other points, the ball's going to get a little bit harder. Like, it's going to be harder on labs here than it was on sub-level. And if we go to a third round and we go to Icebreaker, it's going to be even harder here. But it's a Zen Lucio. Grow up.
Oh my god, it's just, it's out of control. Now we're on Zen Lucio for FTG. I think that this isn't the worst ball map in the world, to be honest. I think that there's some room for Heesung to put in the work here. He's got a chance. You know, he's rolling around doing nothing right now. All the Falcons have TP'd into the back, though, and Vigi is under a ridiculous amount of pressure. So both supports for FTG are just going to disappear into the ether. Nobody from FTG flipped around to the objective either, so they're not going to trade a cap for this backline death or anything like that. They are just going to get full wipe by Falcons here. Sombra Sim.
Sombra Sim, yeah. I mean, Zen Lucio is an outrageously squishy backline, and we saw it demonstrated right there in that first fight. Just got run over, really. It's really a sort of play fast, try and win fast type composition. Kiri obviously is going to be much more sustainable in this type of thing. But now Falcons, Sim Sombra, so lots of mobility, lots of ways to punish this ball as well. Turrets to slow him down, a hack to catch him. And you see, they're quite happy just to hold their space here and bully him. Hacked Mega as well, causing him problems. And this is another advantage to the Sombra, right? Denying those Mega Packs now that the ball uses to sustain it on these situations.
Poor little Heesung just wants a lick of healing, but he's being camped out by Stalker, followed about. Now he's hacked out from stealth. Vindy taken down by Proper's microwave beam, which appears to have spawned in from nowhere at all. Stalker's closing on that EMP. Falcons have so many ultimates in FTG, they're really struggling here on labs.
Yeah, all of a sudden, all the value Heesung was getting. Think of some of those fights we saw in the previous round where Heesung's able to go and get multiple trades while they're trying to retake the point. All of a sudden now, Stalker is living up to his name, and he's just following Heesung around this map, denying every opportunity from him.
Oh, my days. Fielder in a little bit of trouble right now. Heesung in the back. EMP comes out, but it appears that Prophet is going to be totally fine. Fielder taken down by Songjin and Heesung together. Songjin and Heesung actually catching two. Fielder and Stalker both go down, and Falcons, I mean, they used their EMP, but they didn't keep dumping ults into this one. And FTG, they got that fight for free.
Interesting, though. I was literally just singing Stalker's praises about how he's kept Heesung contained. But on that occasion, he has EMP, so he actually goes forward to try and set up EMP. But they don't find the value out of it. It doesn't connect, don't convert any kills, and now all of a sudden they find themselves in control of the point right now. And this is our big ult fight. I mean, I don't know what the ult breakdown is going to be, and there's going to be 2 sim walls, 4 support ults. Take us through it.
I would love to break down exactly how this fight is going to go, but I'm afraid neither team has a clue either, as they are all just playing deathmatch. You can see Heesung, he's dumped some mines inside the enemy team, distributed that overhealth back to his team. He's looking for another turn now up in the choke. Everyone from FTG happy to play the long angles right now. They've got the sim wall, they've got the support ults, but they don't want to force around the corner. Rush is mirrored on the objective, but FTG, they have blown their load. Falcons answer back, double support ultimate sim wall of their own. Proper TPing into the back, throwing down some turrets. You can see Proper is behind enemy lines right now. Second beat from Vindy is money, and surely Proper will fall as a result of this. Prophet goes deep, microwaves the world, and Falcons, they are going to fall once again. Big long ult exchange there, but found no value whatsoever. The later beat from Vindy, good discipline there. I think that was a 1 ult advantage as well for FTG. So they just want, simple onion theory. The team with more layers won.
Yeah, Sunjin, I think, essentially was able to throw the Tectonic Shock and therefore was able to get a bit, getting that beat out. Honestly, probably a world where Chio could have held it as well, but either way, Vinny gets the payoff for that later beat. And now a chunk of clean swap from Hambin, but an early slam at choke keeps him contained. One more attempt for Falcons to get themselves back into this, and they do catch Sunjin early right now, so a mistake. And Heesung to get hacked as well. Double mistake, and all of a sudden Falcons have just got a free retake.
Another free retake for Falcons, and this time around it's going to be bad news for FTG, because FTG, they're really going to have to touch the point next time around. Falcons have that EMP online. They're going to have that Kitsune rush down the line as well. Heesung might be able to go and touch, but now we're seeing another deadly hero coming out. Prophet makes the swap over to the Torbjorn. This is another hero that you will see getting a lot of play this week in OWCS. Heesung has been hacked up already, though. My stream is buffered. Take the lead.
All right.
Oh, we're both buffering?
It's going round. It's going round. Left to right. Left to right. This is
like I'm going to the
watching
Japanese stream, man. Like, fucking... Craig! It's unbelievable. It's such a dog shit clean feed, Craig. Grow up. All right.
Getting dirty. Getting dirty.
And Falcons won.
Falcons won.
Yeah, it's fucking...
so if I can reverse engineer this. Looks like Stalker pressed EMP. EMP won the fight.
Yeah. Looks like even the Japanese feed briefly buffered there for me, so just a little bit of solace. Alright. I guess we're synced up on Twitch because this is a website that just works. If you need a tall player, I can play on ping. I don't need you, Lego Baller Boy. I do not need you.
Hold on,
to suggest that I'm appreciative, the clean feed's back. Goodbye, Japan. I'm going back. Oh, thanks for tuning in. Stream ended 59 seconds ago. Forget about it. We're Japanese again.
I'm going back to Japan.
Yep. Domo arigato. Falcons now rolling out on the Junker Queen once again. Not happy with their Diva solution. Let's just get Harmon back on his one trick. FTG, they are on more of the same. The Sim Venture. Absolute scrappy comps for both sides. Sims mirrored on either end for God knows what reason, but here we are. Tiki Stalker taking a leaf out of the skipper's book. Heesung getting poked out very much early on though. Hacked up, virused up, takes a Mega. Mega's hacked, he's dead. Pre-fight at Heesung.
Is yours only in 720p as well? Is this as high as it goes?
It just looks like shit, yeah?
It just looks like this? Alright,
I'm on
okay.
1080 source, it just looks shit.
It just looks like this? Okay, well. Either way, Falcons starting strong.
Bravo, Japan.
Sim Sombra. Junker Queen this time as well. This map is the one that feels like it should be the hardest for Ball, and obviously FTG seem to agree, getting Heesung onto the Orisa now. So Orisa, Torb, Venture, and Fury, a very durable, brawly frontline right now. Going to be working their way through the choke. Dive in from Vinny actually really aggressively here, and all of a sudden Hambin's just going to get absolutely deleted. So much damage comes out from this frontline here. Venture and Orisa, they can both just push this Junker Queen around here, so eyes on Hambin now if he actually swaps this.
Yeah, Zox, thanks for the prime. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Who's the marbles goat? Me. It's a simple question, really.
What?
Anyhow, FTG. Okay, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the king of the corn, master of the marbles, the man with 3 Ks, depending on who you ask. Anyhow, FTG, they've gone over to the shotgun comp. Falcons appear to have matched that out of respect. Stalker over to the Torbjorn as well, abandoning his somber roots. No more skipper appeal to history. Harmon over to the Diva as well. We've got mirrored Kitsune rushes coming up just around the corner. Vigi pops it first. Fielder does not quite yet have it. Now he has one to match. Sonjin burrowing in the back though. Might be about to dig onto Proper. Goodbye, Proper. Beat comes out from Chio. Too little, too late. Everyone from FTG not quite able to weather the storm as little Heesung as he gets taken down in the crush. Chio is incredibly low though. Sonjin and Vindi working together to take him down. So there's still a player advantage for FTG right now. Make that an even situation, but we're not going to call it a comeback for Falcons because they are losing the scrap and FTG are going to take another fight.
Yeah, Hambin lost mech right at the end there, so let me turn that fight out. And we're seeing here, we've obviously expected a lot of Torb, we expect a lot of Sim, maybe even a bit of Sombra with the balls in play. Not so much Venture really, but I guess matches up quite well into a lot of these heroes, are very durable DPS, and actually a lot of kill potential in these quite messy, chaotic, like, frontline brawls.
Proper has a symbol now for the retake, which could enable them to step forward. Early ult comes out from Sonjin, forgot the name, but Heesung, he pushes deep to the symbol, pops the Terror Surge, and everybody from Falcons appear to have disappeared off the map. Fielder must have been a little bit undisciplined with the Suzy Q there. And FTG just dumped everything into that one. That was a cum shot, that was an aftershock, tectonic shock, and a Terror Surge all at once. Falcons there on the recontest now. Harmon has made the swap over to Doomfist. He's immediately been speared up by Heesung. Goes down without a second consideration. There's not even a touch. Thank you, Heesung.
Thank you, Heesung. I can't see the ult shots for FTG. I know. Guys, I know. I can't see it either.
How much money for you to shave that mustache? Not gonna happen, buddy. Alright, let's see if we can get another clean feed from Craig.
Come on, Craig. I've messaged him.
I'll leave it in your capable hands then. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, this is AIDS. I actually can't stand like what's happening in Overwatch right now. It's actually just too much, dude. How do you draft for this? If I couldn't draft before when I knew what the enemy team was gonna play, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? You know?
So,
like actually what am I supposed to do now?
Just ban Bull, mate. Just ban Bull. Ban.
Only do that 1 out of 5 maps.
Then do you ban Sim? The thing, I felt like I was expecting the Torb to be a little bit more like keep the Torb the whole time, and then maybe like
I thought it was gonna be Torb every map. I thought it was gonna be Torb every map for sure.
And the Sim would only be like but actually it feels like the Sim is actually the perma pick, and they're just having the other DPS rotate. It's like it's Sunjin going like Venture or Torb or whatever, and it's talking between.
I mean, it feels like the North American interpretation is like the opposite, though. To be honest, like you're seeing people like constantly sticking to Torb, and then only the Sim sometimes. But like, it's early days, you know. People have been playing it for like a day. So
there's like a what do you call it? There's like a time difference essentially, you know? Like Korea is probably like, because it started in Korea, so they're probably like 2 days ahead of EMEA, who's maybe like a day ahead of North America or something, you know? So there's like this, it's creeping its way forward. And I think what's also true about this meta is it didn't, I think, exist until like, well, we didn't catch on until like halfway through the week, right? So there's been no time to really refine it, which is why even now when we're watching in theory, two of the more established teams in Korea, it just feels like a dogfight, right? It just feels like a big brawl.
Yeah. It feels like every matchup is like this. It's actually just like perma-death matching. Like,
yeah. Compared to like, you know,
insane.
like when we were watching the Hazard Mirror last week and it was like lots of people have got like good ideas for ult fights or counterplay ults, or there's like everyone's got like a big ideas on how to take these layer fights or how to start with this or trade, what do you call it, like up trade the ult, you know, like trade an overclock for a Kitsune rush or something like this. Whereas
it's like, is Hazard just dead? Like, where is Hazard in that matchup at like any point? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think
is Hazard just counted? There's just nothing to shift on and kill.
Yeah, because some people are obviously coming into these streams at like different times because we like discuss it different amounts. But I think the main reason this Torb sim type stuff is so like locked in, or why it feels like it's meta now, is because it beats the Hazard comp. Like maybe I'll put like beat in slightly inverted commas, but at least from most people's experience, it seems to be beating the Hazard comp. So all of a sudden, you think last week, every like even you on SSG, right? You have to figure out, one, do I have the Hazard advantage versus the team we're playing? But if I do, fucking aces, let's force a Hazard mirror on every map. If I don't, let's try and find like, I need to try and find creative solutions, right? I don't know if now it's just the same, but you just scribble out Hazard's name and write Ball Torb Sim or something now, and it's like the Hazard has just almost been like exactly countered, and then just nobody's really found like the next step up from this, right? Which is maybe what the venture is kind of an answer to, right? Because I think a few people maybe we even said this like last night when we were recording, of like, no way Torb Sim is like the optimal mirror comp. I think Peace even came into chat and said it this morning, right? Like, is that really the best comp to play against this type of comp? Or is something like where you go Sombra to try and punish the ball more, or you go Venture that can maybe even actually just has better 1v1 matchups against a lot of these heroes? Like, especially something like Sim. Maybe that's just like the next step basically in where it's going.
Someone says, I don't understand how Torb Sim counters Hazard. Another chatter responds, Cancer. That's pretty much that, yeah.
I think like the maybe like the easiest answer is something like what most people have been doing for a while is Hazard keeps killing your DPS, right? Because he can just one-shot anybody he doesn't like the look of. So lots of people have been taken into like, oh, you have to play Sojin because Sojin can maybe live. Oh, you can't even play Sojin sometimes, so let's go Tracer, Genji, Echo, like high mobility stuff so you can avoid it. I feel like Torb actually can tank it. And not only can Torb tank it, he can do a load of damage. And same with Sim, right? So when you're in like, what would you call it? Like effective range, or Hazard's effective range, is also Torb and Sim's effective range, right? So actually all of a sudden, for the first time, this comp can actually kill the Hazard in a meaningful way.
Yeah, but now you're getting people making all of these like other adjustments in the other direction, right? Because you've got all of these like shotgun heroes that have like okay poke potential, but they're really good at like fighting something that gets like super up close and personal with you. So now people are trying to play like other poke related stuff to counter out like this Torb and Sim and stuff. But then at the same time, it's like there's like these scrappy like wrecking ball dogfights happening all the time, and like Sim is just TPing and like making all this chaos.
Yeah,
it's just it's fucked.
Well, I feel like because in some ways you'd think like, oh, they've gone Torb Sim. Why don't you just go Ash or something, right? Like, what are the Torb Sim gonna do? They just have to keep walking into these sight lines where they're just at like a really hard dual range or something. But I think because there's a ball always in play, is the number of times I say the number of times I've watched like 3 maps of this. The times you'd see like, oh yeah, like an Ash or an Anna trying to play like a good position, and then they're trying to avoid the ball. Then all of a sudden, while they're worried about the ball or making sure they don't get like booped into no man's land, all of a sudden a Sim's now TP'd on you and just hit a right click and you're just dead or something, you know? I think this comp is like for Sim Ball Torb really good at just making it insanely messy. which is not what you want if you're a poke comp. You want just like control of space.
Is this a Chris second channel? Yeah, Chip's a Chris second channel. Okay, now we see it. Now we see the Wrecking Ball ban used on Flashpoint on New Junk City. I didn't think New Junk City was like. I guess
this
Antarctic
is like the
Peninsula was
worst
also...
ball map, right? Or like a really, maybe not worst is like too strong, but it's like one of the harder ones.
I mean, it would have been Falcons' pick on the first map as well, right? And they went to Antarctic Peninsula because it's a bad ball map.
Yeah.
And still they lost. They still lost to the ball. So now I reckon after one map, they've just gone to like alternate theory of like, we need to win a map. We need to win a map and take it from there. So
No, wait, didn't they
they're
win?
gone to like...
Am I delusional?
FTG won, mate.
Did we not like... I thought
FTG
we
100
missed it.
open.
And then Stalker hit
Falcons
the
won labs, bro. They
Oh,
lost
I'm
sub
actually
level and
delusional.
fucking
Yeah, I'm
final
delusional.
map.
Carry
Yeah,
on.
no,
Sorry.
you have AIDS, bro.
I have
Yeah,
like...
it's okay.
I'm actually full
like,
cooked.
you know, nothing but respect to people with HIV, but like you got it. Bro.
I'm currently... Are you just on... Are we on Japan still as well?
Of course, yeah, fuck it, dude. Twin feed from Craig, like just
I've received no response.
dicey. Okay, go fuck yourself. It's basically
Yeah.
what Craig replied back. I asked Craig, you got any codes for me, Craig? He said, not at the moment, but let me find some. So he's probably rummaging through a pile right now looking for
Hopefully you can
looking
find a
for some
clean feed
codes,
code
you
in
know?
there as well.
Yeah, well, he said, let me find some, and that was actually an hour ago. So he's been looking for ages. It's starting to turn into like a little bit of like a dad that went for cigarettes and milk 15 years ago situation, and I'm not terribly comfortable with that.
All right.
All right, now we've got a full switch up. FTG, I think that FTG have been counter-comped out of spawn, to be honest. I think Falcons have the edge here because Harmon's on the Naga, a little bit of a soft counter to the Ramatra. Good fucking luck, Heesung. Oh my god, Sonja just drilling in off rip. And Falcons actually balled up, taking heaps of damage off spawn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just sarcastically gesturing at chat. They asked me to up the quality.
Bravo,
But yeah,
Japan, bravo.
should be a good matchup in theory here for Falcons right now, but it's a 1-for-1 trade already. Sunjin has got himself into the backline here, looking for more. Stalker's taken down Heesung both, so as long as they can keep Hanbin alive, tank advantage, and Hanbin is just trying to play his life right now. Sunjin is chasing him to the ends of the earth, but it will just be a stall on point situation here. Falcons will clean up first fight, and that'll be it.
Oh my days. I mean, now we see the swap come out from FTG. Heesung goes over to the Hazard. Forbidden Hero has been selected. We've got to be very, very careful about this one. Haven't seen Hazard in days. Actually, days. And Prophet as well. He's gone over to the Echo. So really looking to hard counter out this Malga as much as possible right now. Trying to poke him out big time. Heesung throws down the wall early on. Prophet is in the back going for some poke. But this is a hit scan player on Echo right now. So do not get your hopes up.
Yeah, floating in right now. Beat will come out from Chiu in response. Sunjin is trying to find value with his tectonic shock, but now overheal causing problems. Suzu comes through to keep Sunjin alive, but Stalker is on their case. It's just a dive into the backline here, but Sunjin may be coming out on top. But here comes the backup from Hanbin. Sweeps them down. It's a hazard swap now as well in all of this. They do give a flip, but Falcons should take this one right back.
Falcons, quick little retake, 14% conceded, but that's not a big deal at all. Sonjin did throw in the tectonic shock in there, but you know what? I mean, just keep praying, keep praying. How did Landon get kangaroo? Can you explain that to me? Anyway, pick comes in from Harmon right now. It's not Orion. He's not going to pick anyone up. He's actually just going to come floating through the enemy team right back out again. Sonjin on the venture manages to find a kill on the Prophet inside the Kitsune rush. Stalker with the tectonic shock finds 2. Now we've got Falcons glued to the point though, and Harmon. Oh no, that's FTG that's glued to the point rather. And they are going to flip the point 3 versus 3. So you know, little bit of a dogfight here. God, it's hard to keep track of these fights.
Sorry, yeah, people like spamming me saying the soup stream's better. Link it to me and I'll swap, you idiots! I'm trying to cast the game! I'll literally swap! Thank you, Covey! We'll look after this fight. Beat push comes in from Vinny and he smashes Fielder with that one. Now a huge advantage here. Falcons awfully low as well, and they'll just concede this one. Play for one more retake.
So here's the theory. Sim is the ball counter, and Torb is the hazard counter. That must be what's happening, right? That's what we're deriving from this, because Proper has made the swap over to the Torb now that he sees the hazard. It's got to be that, right? Got to be. I don't even know, man. I don't even fucking know. Alright, FTG one last chance to hold on here. Karma's coming back with the Cage though. That is an incredibly powerful ultimate. Cage comes down. Sonjin goes down with us. Prophet uses the copy, but it's not going to matter because Heesung has fallen as well. So this Cage fight is a little bit too much to deal with in FTG. They will fall. Vindy's good for one, but it's not going to matter.
Check your DMs as well. That link should fill. That's the soup link. And it's actually just a high quality. Okay, and then hopefully we should just sync up as well. Honestly, this might actually be low-key better than our clean feed link in terms of quality. Alright.
Oh, this actually looks so much better.
Yeah, maybe we should just, maybe we're actually going to have to go back to Korea. As we go into this next fight, Falcons gonna have double support ult, FTG getting closer with Kitsune Rush, but only that. Also DPS ults feel a little bit closer for Falcons as well, so a difficult fight here for FTG, and they don't have control of this choke. You can see Stalker's gonna dive out, force it away, but somehow, someway, Proper's killed Vigilante, thanks to the 6th man. Kitsune Rush first is converted, no ults in response from FTG, and Falcons get a quick first cap.
FTG just didn't have the ultimates to throw into that one, sadly. And Falcons, I mean, they have just kept it going. Now they've got a beat, they've got a Torby com shot, they're coming up on Stalker's Tectonic Shock as well. Early Suzu commitment though, and Sonjin's hot on their heels. Vigi takes down Fielder, beat from Chio, not good enough to save him. Point position has been taken by FTG. Vindy gets traded, but Vigi's good for another one. Get you a man that can get two. Insane chase for FTG. They're very high tempo. Sonjin really pressing the advantage. And just as quickly as they lost it, they're right back into it with an ult deficit.
Oh wait, how's Prophet got traded here all of a sudden? That's just a freebie for Falcons right now, and they're going to get a move on, get themselves back onto point right now. FTG might have to be quick to reinvest. They're going to wall, mainly just to buy time right now. Hambin's walking out the choke. Stalker is on the flank. Eyes on Vinny right now. Vinny's going to manage to boot Stalker back, get away from that. But Molten Core coming through from Prophet, trying to create some space. Hard to use for Kitsune Rush, but Stalker's used for Tectonic Shock as well. They are all over this backline, but actually, FTG, they've kited everything.
Massive kite from FTG. Out comes the downpour from Heesung. Beating your own downpour. I love that from you, Vindy. Massive ult play there. Terrified of somebody get... Yeah, and then you feed afterwards as well. So thank you, Vindame. Thank you so much, Vindame. Love your work. Alright, now FTG, they're really on the defensive. They are down a player. They are about to be down ults. Fielder is closing on that Kitsune Rush. Not even going to need to use it at this rate because Stalker has taken down Vigi as well. So FTG truly on the ropes right now. Oh, what an atrocious fight from them.
All the good work FTG did to kite those ults was completely thrown away by blowing their ults and having them kited right back. So now they're on the back foot. Falcons only need to win this next fight to confirm a 2-0 lead here on New Junk City, and they have a Kitsune Rush. They're getting close to beat, close to Cage. If Falcons get to this beat in Cage, it feels almost impossible for FTG to win this fight right now. Really difficult retake. Need Prophet to pop up with this overclock or something, but it's a tough situation.
Those Cage fights are so incredibly difficult to deal with. You know, maybe you get a little bit of a chance with a downpour or something to counter it out, but that's disappeared into the wind. Prophet pops the overclock. Kitsune Rush comes out from Fielder. Prophet just playing his life right now, receiving some healing, but Vindy will fall. So now FTG, they are forced to touch the point. 4 versus 5. Desperate, but they cannot get it done. And now at Falcons, I mean, they are opening this one up. They are starting to take the lead. Oh, this is what happens when Wrecking Ball gets banned out, mate.
Yep. As long as they can just keep banning it for the next 3 maps, it's going to look real good for Falcons. All they need is a quick rule change, but you never know.
I'm not familiar with the nitty-gritty. Oh, Winter OW, is that the Amplify Sojin following me right now?
Whoa!
Yeah, not too terribly familiar with the nitty-gritty, but if I was familiar with the nitty-gritty, I would assume that you can ban ball on every single map. So it shouldn't be an issue for Falcons to take this one home.
Yeah. Coming back now, Chio has beaten hand, Sunjin has the Tectonic Shock, Vigi's still not at Kitsune Rush though, so ult advantage is still very much in the favour of Falcons right now as Tectonic Shock starts the fight. Cage round the corner, 2 good catches for Hambin right now. We'll be able to kill one, and yeah, Stalker's going to drop the Tectonic Shock in over the top, and that's just a lethal combo. Confirms 1 kill, and they should be able to chase the rest of FTG out now. Heesung's made his way over onto the D.Va right now to try and have a little bit of a nicer matchup against the Mauga, but even when we were in the Hazard version of this meta, Mauga was still pretty good on maps like this anyway, so this is really playing to all of Falcon's strengths right now. now.
Yeah, I do feel like this is it's pretty much as good as what Falcons could ask for matchup-wise. Expecting a lot from Heesung here on the D.Va. Vindy manages to pre-fight Stalker, God only knows how. We saw D.Va countering out Amplify. In North America, the premier Malga team getting counter-swapped by tools on D.Va. And now we're seeing it again here. Heesung making the swap over to the D.Va to counter out the Malga. Full Matrix, and suddenly Sonjin is just in the driver's seat. 16% and counting. Few ultimates about to come online. You can see Sonjin is hiding forward. They're going to go for a fast fight here.
Yeah, they're just trying to bait people into his position, actually. Such great one-shot potential on Venture if anyone walks in, but nope. Can't fool Stalker. He's going to be ready for it, and FTG, they're going to back up, go back to this next choke. Thank you as well, Aesthetic Sock, for the prime. Beat push comes in right now from Chio. They've got more support options to throw into it, but Vinny has the beat to match, and he's only going to use it now. Only catches 3 people out of this one. Now the ult's back from Falcons over Molten Core. But the Overclock is doing everything for Profit. That's 2 kills already. We're looking for the dig onto Fielder. He can't find it. But is it enough now? I think it is. And FTG should be winning this fight.
I want to say that's what we in the industry would call an outrageously shit beat push from Chio. Vindy had the beat to match. Every cooldown was available for FTG, and they're playing D.Va so they can matrix the initial push. Hanbin getting chased all the way to spawn right now, pinning into a wall for the damage mitigation. Will not find himself traded, but now we see Falcons continuing to play the game as swaps. Torb Genji now for Falcons.
Do you get rap music?
지금이
Well,
제일 좋은 메타인 것
maybe it's
같고요.
like something else. I'm not hearing it.
에 이제 녹음지대라고 봐도 될 것 같습니다.
Xavier's actually just intently listening to rap right now, so God only knows what's happening with him. Heesung and Sonjin both finding opening picks. Sonjin with the tectonic shock did open Falcons wide open. This is going to be not a clean wipe, but, you know, one shy of a clean wipe. And Falcons, I mean, they might be considering some further swaps right now. There it is, proper. He's done with the Torbian life. He's over to the Sombra. We're on Sombra Genji Malga now. Make up your fucking minds. What is meta, guys?
I just want to know what is meta. Can someone not just tell me what the meta is? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem clear right now. One thing that is clear, though, is Falcons have pretty much all the ults coming up to throw into this fight. Double support just around the corner. Cage and Blade ready to go. A lethal combo. Eyes on Stalker right now as they look for that opening. Hanbin's going to pin into the backline. Blade comes out. Stalker connects with 1. Does get forced back. He's going to double in, but Vigil takes him down. Still a positive trade for Falcons right now, though. And they will force Heesung out of mech. Not going to bomb on this occasion. Not a winnable fight. And they will reset. And Falcons do that for just one of their 4 ultimates.
The Blade for nothing there. And FTG, I mean, they are already down 2 flashpoints, so they need to lock in right now. Vindy gonna need to get another high quality beat drop off. But geez, I mean, they're playing into the cage fight. And that's such a difficult ultimate to counter. We've also got proper 50% to an EMP. If they win one fight, he's gonna have an EMP for the finals. So FTG, seriously uphill battle right now. Need to find something good here in this one, because the next ult fight doesn't really favor them either. Rail comes out from Profit early on. They've got good angles on the point, but out comes the Kitsune Rush from Fielder.
Has to be a disengage right now. Vinny's going to beat back, catches everyone with that, but Heesung still losing a lot of health very quickly. More ults over top. Profit's popped the overclock though. Proper's going to die, so this EMP won't be coming up. Now trying to burn through. Cage is dodged by Profit. He's going to get involved though. Now they're just tag teaming Hanbin. He is outnumbered in his own cage. Wherever Falcons team, they've all fallen. And an inexplicable fight win there from FTG. Falcons find no value out of all 3 ultimates.
Yeah, massive spend from Falcons, absolutely no reward. Winds up solo caging a D.Va. FTG just pushed inside that cage and 3v1 Hanbin. Hanbin now once again making the swap over to the Junker Queen, feeling the pressure once more. But FTG, they are the advantage team in this fight. Falcons need a slow fight. They need this EMP, and they're not going to get the slow fight that they desire, because FTG are going to take it to their spawn. Kitsune Rush comes out. Stalker will fall. Proper as well. The touch is going to be no issue at all for FTG. I say that. Vindy, get that touch. Touch is going to be no issue at all for FTG. Heesung, he's not even going to lose his suit. And jeez, they've evened it up 2-2 from a 0-2 deficit.
All of a sudden, we're going all the way on New Junk City. Every single time we come to this city, Max, we go all the way. And that's why we keep coming to this city. All to play for now for FTG. Ult situation looking pretty light for FTG though. The big one has to be Proper's EMP coming up. In theory, that should be a clean first fight win. Sunjin can throw with a Tectonic Shock, but lots of more ways to deal with a Tectonic Shock than there are an EMP here. So should in theory still be ult advantage for Falcons, but all about Proper looking to nail this EMP. Just in front of everyone right now though, so is he just going to TP and throw it?
Powerful ultimate as the EMP might be. We've seen insane Tectonic Shock plays all day long from Sonjin. Enemy team is choked right now. He can find massive value. He's been pushing with high tempo. And FTG, they're actually in position to just start leveraging a first cap right now. Sonjin pops that Tectonic Shock, and that is going to secure FTG the first cap. Proper, he's actually going to trade the cap out. He's going to wait until his EMP is online, and then EMP, Rush, Blade, so many ultimates online for Falcons. Fielder pops the Rush up in main. He's looking for the setup, but he's found absolutely nothing. This could be a complete fumble for Proper.
He comes in now, dive in from Stalker, looking for that final blow, but somehow, someway, the Suzu is good. They all manage to survive. Chio's going to beat push, but Vinny gets it back. Beat catches everyone. Hanbin dies on point. Stalker has the blade. They're throwing everything at his Falcons. He gets one. Is it enough, though? 4v4 situation. Prophet has the overclock. Suzu is perfect from Vinci, and he kills Stalker. Heesung is all over Chio. Chio is 1 HP. They've been forced out. They might just clean up everything here. Don't go too far, Heesung. Huge fight for FTG.
Massive fight for FTG. Heesung, the diva swap. It's what the people needed. Hanbin, for whatever reason, no interest in mirroring that particular hero. Just not good at diva, I suppose. Just can't mirror a main tank on diva is the only assumption that I can make. Now it's all coming down to this Hanbin and a rampage against the world. 10 seconds, no, 10% to touch the point. But a fast tempo push from FTG again, and Chiro will fall. Rampage comes out from Hanbin. He takes down Vindy. Many such cases, I fear. But the numbers just are not there for Falcons. Hanbin, he's on a sliver of HP. Proper is dead. Heesung might lose suit, but FTG will claim them out.
I think it's time to start calling it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
I think it's time. A classic sweater gap here coming out from FTG, and 2-0 against Falcons. And the thing is as well,
sweaters, man.
the thing is as well, I think I talked about it this morning, but like with the meta shifting towards ball and Falcons not really having that, I could see a world where Falcons get upset. But this was the map. We're on New Junk City. Ball was banned. This was meant to be the freebie for Falcons in all of this.
This is the map where it's supposed to be impossible for Hanbin to struggle with his counterpart's hero pick. He started out so strong on the Mauga. He only got swapped off the Mauga by Heesung hitting a diva pick. And for some reason, no interest in mirroring, wound up trying to counter on Queen, found no value whatsoever. Disastrous. Even on the Mauga, getting counted out, not finding any cage value. I want to say twice in a row. Brutal for Falcons. And now that they're down 0-2, and they have to contend with Heesung on the wrecking wheel for the next two maps, I mean, I don't see a way back into the series for them.
Yeah, I think it's really ropey. You again factor in, obviously, Falcons, they get to pick the next map, right? They can again try and interfere with this comp a little bit. But the problem is, even if they win next map, Falcons, they're going to get two situations where FTG have control of the map pick, control of the bans, and I think it's going to be really hard for them right now. Falcons need kind of a miraculous turnaround. And, I mean, it's just actually kind of par for the course with Falcons. Whenever there's a new meta, there's always a bit of a downturn. And then eventually, you give them enough time on the meta on a comp, they sort of upswing again. But this feels like a really rough start, and FTG capitalizing.
Yeah, just getting brutalized by these high tempo comps. FTG really just like again and again, so many spawn fights, so many high tempo pushes with the Venture, like big drill turns, some pretty nasty ults coming out from Falcons. That beat push when Vindy had a second beat to exchange and Heesung's on Diva. Fury has Suzu, just like an outrageous take. Really rough cage fight, solo caging a Diva that had full suit, full matrix. Why no Zarya? Hanbin forgot.
Most of how metas are defined these days is every now and again people remember heroes exist and that they've been shadow broken for a while, and that's why when Torb comes back in or something like, remember this guy? He's actually the best DPS in the game.
You guys know that we're on the patch where everyone was complaining about Hazard being so hard meta that literally you can't play anything, but Hazard Genji so good.
Just go.
It's
to it.
literally. Yeah. It's literally impossible to play anything that has a Genji Sojourn right now, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink. As maybe this is gonna be a quick one, eh? Maybe it's gonna be a quick one.
Kind of starting to feel like it.
Alright,
Falcons are so fucking doomed right now.
this is.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's just
Proper's-
cooked, right?
Proper's wringing his hands, dude. Oh. Oh no. I've been thinking about how he should have retired when Smurf did, like,
I wish I was in the military right now.
oh my god, dude. Like, just no good thoughts in those heads. No good thoughts in their heads right now. Nothing negativity as Heesung just got done fucking them, and oh no.
We're back.
Yeah, man. Alright. Y'all want to feel some pain?
스코어 2대0입니다. 이거 어떻게 된 일입니까?
야, 와 메탈 변화가 이렇게 무섭습니다. 기존의 이강 체제를 진짜 뒤집을 수 있을 만한 흐름이 오고 있습니다. 지금 파도가 오고 있거든요.
맞습니다. 압도적 이강이죠.
네.
네, 정말 제타가 가능성을 보여주지만 번번이
네,
두 명에게 두 팀에게 무너졌었는데 오늘 FTG가 준비해온 이 모습은 확실히 오버워치 e스포츠의 지금 대파란을 이야기하고 있는데 자 먼저 맵부터 보도록 하겠습니다. 눈반입니다.
일단 템포를 좀 죽일 수 있는 형태의 중간에 맵이 좀 길고 2층을 활용할 수 있을 만한 전장이 나오기는 했어요. 근데 지브롤터보다는 극단적이지는 않습니다.
네.
이게 그러니까 본인들이 꺼낼 수 있는 맵들 중에서 그나마 좀 상대가 저돌 쪽으로 들어왔을 때의 임팩트가 좀 적은 전장을 좀 골랐다는 느낌이 있어요.
맞습니다.
네.
네, 분명히 눈바늘을 꺼내들면서 본인들의 장점을 극대화시키고자 하는 그런 모습을 보여줄 텐데 저는
No idea
오늘
what you're
가장
talking
놀란
about.
부분이 어떤 거냐
뭐
두
this-
가지 있거든요. FTG에서 일단 루시우 루시우 막 장난 아니었었어요. 그리고
야,
디바 그리고 애쉬벤입니다.
저는 개인적으로 오늘 FTG의 벤 기조가 되게 본인들이 잘 풀어나가고 있다는 느낌입니다. 이게 눈반이다 보니까 한빈의 디바 밸류가 높은 건 맞거든요. 그리고 그러니까 서브 탱커 계열을 다루는 데는 확실히 희성보다는 한빈이 유리한 측면이 있을 수 있어요. 근데 그거를 메인 기조로 끌고 가게 되면 희성이 실전 경험은 더 많기 때문에
You're consoling yourself?
해볼만하다라는 쪽으로 끌고 갔고
I don't know if that's
애쉬가
what I'd describe this as.
잡았을 때 매서웠으니까 묶어준 것 같고.
맞습니다. 상대팀의 특장점을 없애버리겠다는 생각을 보여주고 있습니다.
네.
자 이제 3세트입니다. 오늘 갑자기 3대0으로
Where was it, Numbani?
FTG가 3대0 승리까지 물론 FTG가 승리를 할 수 있는데 3대0 승리를 예측하신 분들은 거의 없을 거잖아요.
그쵸.
자 그럼 막 이번 세트 승부 어떻게 갈릴까요? 지금부터 경기 만나보겠습니다.
All right, lives on the line.
자 3세트 경기입니다. 또 팔콘 좋아하시는 많은 또 팬 여러분들이 또
Is the Ash ban a hot take?
팔콘 3대0은 오버지.
Is the Ash ban a hot take? Shut up right now, Xavier. I know you're talking about the series at all, but I'm literally watching.
You are my favorite tuber.
I'm watching the Blizzard World right now.
때문에 3대0 나올 수도 있습니다.
For Blizzard World? What?
밴을 잘해서
네, 이게
My Blizzard World.
킹볼 조합 저거 그대로 FT가 들고 나왔을 때
The one with the Ash fans,
답은
there
의외로 심플하거든요. 그렇게
Oh
안
no.
돼가지고
Do you
볼이랑 안으로 들어오는
do you
건
need
처음이라서
do you need a
아는
moment?
조합은
Do you need a
Falcons are on potentially the final map of their series and they've banned Ash. Falcons have banned Ash down 0-2.
wait?
It's
Max,
over. It's
has-
just over.
Has 9K been in your DMs recently asking for ban advice by any chance?
자칫 잘못 들어가면
네.
큰일 날수
Oh, it's just over. It's just over. Alright, full pivot from Falcons now. They're over to Hazard, Genji, Echo. Playing something that, you know, you might have actually expected to see. But no, that Stalker, he's not interested in the Echo. He's going to go Hanzo, which again feels like crazy. Just like, kill me, ball. Kill me.
Asking for trouble, it feels like, and FTG, they're on the Sim Torb, so in theory, but people will tell you this is the Hazard counter. I've been hearing from lots of good people, Max, and this is the Hazard counter. So let's see it in action right now. How much can Hambin get done right now? And not a lot of anything when Chio's just going to die sort of pre-fight by this, and now Proper's kind of stuck behind. Oh my god, an outrageous sleep from Vigilante, and it's going to go bad to worse. They traded out though. Maybe the Hanzo was the solution. Stalker's going to start taking his high ground, look for some more picks, and FTG, they're having to play damage control right now because they've got players stuck behind. DPS have no support here. Easy kills for Hambin.
My soup stream buffered Stalker, he's just opted to go with a better poke hero. Not going to get yourself poked out by the Torby. Stalker comes flying through the air like an eagle to take down Vindy one more time. And he's really not finding his timing to get on top of Stalker to shut him out of this one.
Thank you,
Proper goes
Joshi.
to duels out Prophet as well. And I mean, this first point is as good as gone.
Yeah, it's over and works out really nicely for him. Just, again, maybe not like a comp work in here or some kind of theory gap. Just get a couple of picks, spawn advantage on the attack as it works out. But he's already camping behind, wants to harass his Juno, pressure on, running back into spawn right now. A little bit of a helping hand into safety there from Fielder. And Falcons, they're going to have to keep worrying about this threat because not only is the ball on the flank, the Torb's on the flank as well. The whole team's on the flank. The Sim and Lucio have TP behind here as well. They're all around Falcon spawn right now.
Like, the spawn camp is set, but Hambin has found the trade onto Sonjin, so not sure how long this spawn camp is actually going to last. Dragon exchange for nothing right now from Falcons, but they are out of spawn, so that's a decent start. You can see Proper gunning for Profit as well. Stalker again just walking forward here on the Hanzo, takes down Vindy again. This better poke situation where once again Heesung not able to camp him out.
Even a really late kill here onto Vigilante. They're trying to get a last-minute rescue TP for him, but able to take Vigilante down before he gets that. Bunch of free push now for Falcons. They can probably even hunt this ball down as well. Heesung has to be careful here, playing for his life, but Stalker onto the cast. Always a step ahead, Stalker. Winning on the poke heroes, then over to the cast now. Direct counter in many ways to the ball can make Heesung's life a lot harder right now. An FTG in a retake situation, but Falcons, they've got everything for this cap fight here. A Ray, a beat on point, a blade to throw in as well. Lots of good options there.
Heesung's actually been swapped off the Wrecking Ball, so it could just be a bad Wrecking Ball map situation. Because this really is supposed to be the comp that should be countering Hazard, or at least, you know, that's what the kids have been telling me. Nade comes out from Vigi, but Proper is on his case. Stalker cleans up the kill as well. Little 1-2 action. Heesung takes down Hanbin though. Hanbin in typical Hanbin form, going down first for the side of Falcons. Big push comes out from Falcons, and they are ready for more. Big blade, in fact. Profit goes down. Oh, no, I mean, Falcons are on the backswing, but FTG, they're going to get a recontest here. They've still got the nano. They've not cleaned up enough kills with these ults.
That's all 5 ults from Falcons as well, all 4 ults. And Cheer's going to get caught by Heesung here. Nade is going to get blocked by Wall, so Hambin can trade that, so it is tank advantage. Nano onto the Sim right now, and oh, some stuff is about to get cooking. Hambin is on the run. You can't block this damage. Sunjin will take them all down. And FTG, they get the stabilized, but more trades coming in from Proper. Proper is behind right now. Vinny's going to beat a 2-person beat. I really don't think we need to beat Vinny.
Oh, Vindy, like, it's all about what's in your hands and nothing about what's in your head is the impression that I get. Anytime I watch this shit, just fuck you, Vindan. What are you doing? Unbelievable. I think FTG's comp, the DPS picks, I mean, they were supposed to be mirrored, or, you know, angled around making it more difficult to play the Hazard, but Profit is actually swapped off the Torby. Oh my god, the downpour comes out from Heesung, trapped in the small room. No kills secured. Fielder Suzy Q's it. Vigilante he manages to find a trade on proper, but that ain't enough. It's packed.
Twice now, Heesung got caught in that room where he's trying to hold an aggressive position. Hambin's just got him in that small choke, gets the hard wall off, and Heesung's been punished twice for it now. And that's going to lead eventually to second point going the way of Falcons. A little bit of space right now as we're starting to shift over into just Sojin's on both sides. Vindame's going to go Zen. Similar theory to what we often see on King's Row third defense, where it's just a better point for Zen overall. So trying to get away with that greedier backline here. Sim Wall for FTG coming up next, and that should be, with the only ult on the board, it's a massively impactful ult. Should be enough to stabilize for a bit here for FTG.
Yeah, backs to the walls for FTG as well, and Vindy over to the Zenyatta. This is a hero that, you know, for a main support, he is quite competent on. And when you're back to the wall on third point, Numbani, you can make it work. Simwall comes up rather deep, but this is going to be super difficult for FTG to actually push with. You see the angle of it, and it seems rather shallow. That being said, Harbin, he's taking an absolute beat down from the Discord. Sonjin TP'd over to the off angle, and the push is good for FTG in the end. They didn't even need to utilize that symbol.
No, the symbol kind of didn't feel that impactful, other than the fact that it made Falcons step back a little bit right there. But if he had done it, essentially the inverse angle, if he did, they could have pushed way more aggressively into that corridor there and got a bit more value. Either way, result ends up being the same. It's not the worst case for FTG. But now, this is the scary situation. Team Falcons coming up to a 5 ult bank pretty close. Vindame is going to be desperate for this Transcendence to try and lift some of these ults.
5 ultis for Falcons, but with a big respawn advantage for FTG and a difficult retake ahead of Falcons, nothing is said and done yet. The ult advantage alone won't be enough to save them here. You can see Falcons, I mean, that while they're fishing for position, Prophet is actually just going to swing over on the side, take down Chio. Harmon taking a beating once again. He tries to trade Vindy. He will trade Vindy, somehow killing Vindy with his spike block after dying. I guess it's a projectile. So that is going to be a completely worthless trade for Falcons. And FTG, I mean, they just get to keep on holding.
Yeah, more time off the clock, entering the final minute now for Team Falcons. Now they still have that 5 ult bank, but FTG, they're not far behind at all. 4 ults of their own, Nano, Transcendence, great ability to trade in these situations. Hambin gets the opening pick on a Sunjin as well, so a big opening here for Falcons.
Yeah, Sonjin has fallen in the neutral. Rough start for them, because now Falcons, they still have those 5 ultimates online. Swing in main, downpour comes out from Harbin, catches Vindy. Vindy is able to trank that one off. Heesung now receiving the trank healing. There's a nano overclock in the mix as well, but no kills secured. Falcons dumped 4 ultimates into that exchange as well, though. So keep your eyes on Heesung. It's all on his downpour. Usually his downpours are incredibly disappointing, but look at Prophet swinging in on the flank. If he can just force a Suzy Q, could be so good. Now we've got Falcons completely flipping through main. They go for the blade. Vigi has already fallen. Vindy perhaps soon to follow. Cart is rolling away. Heesung still has the downpour. What's the Suzy Q status, Xavier?
I'm not sure right now. They're diving onto Prophet in the back. Vichi's going to swap. Now the downpour comes out. Suzu was there, though. I think Hambin is caught, but they have enough firepower to save him. But Vichi's come out and got a trade here, actually. Sim's still dancing around on point, but not enough. Can they get a touch? No. FTG, they tried to make it chaotic. We saw Vindame running into the backline. We saw Prophet flanking. But Falcons, they stayed together as a group. They all pushed through main. They all stayed together. So they didn't get involved into a chaotic situation that FTG wanted to make it. They're able to push forward, get enough kills out of the blade to get the job done, move the cart the entire time, and FTG not able to salvage it.
Yeah, FTG, I mean, it felt like they didn't really need to go for that flank play. They were actually even on ultimates. They could have just kept playing for the objective, had a counter downpour if there was an aggressive push, but because they're playing a slow comp and they went for what essentially requires a fast comp rotation around the side, they just got the map flipped on them. They got themselves really split. And I mean, it feels like a pretty poor judgment in the final fight there. But I mean, when you know that Heesung's ult is the only one you can rely on, crazy things will happen. These players know what to expect from this guy. They've spent enough time playing with him. You can see Sonjin in Spawn just having a little bit of a crisis of identity right now. Am I Bastion? Am I Reaper? What Mickey Mouse non-meta hero am I going to play? Because the meta is completely illusory.
It's just a social construct, Max. It's just what you've heard last.
It's just like homeless people in Korea, Xavier. It's simply not real.
Some people will try and tell you there's a meta, but they're just lying to you. It's just propaganda. Falcons now
Agreed.
sticking to a lot of what has worked here. More going to be Genji, Echo, Hazard for them as well. And FTG actually just bowing into this mirror right now. We'll just be playing the Ana version. So in theory, especially on the attack here, need to do a lot of work to get Vigi a meaningful position right now. But if they can, we've seen Vigi do lots of wonderful things on the Ana before. And he'll have another opportunity now as they just try and make their way in coast. Early nade onto Hanbin, forces him back. But they've lost Profit during all of this.
This is tough already for FTG. Ana and Sojin going down, but the Hanbin trade, late trade as well, is huge. Stalker, he was hanging about in the back looking for a kill, looking for a cleanup, but FTG, they've maintained their position. That's going to put Vindy insanely ahead on beat drop, already at 50% and counting. Falcons, I think their tank is only just now coming back. Hanbin is still on the ground, so there's no time like the present for a swing from FTG. Proper getting camped out by Heesung already, has to dash back into FTG's spawn. That means Proper's completely out of the fight. Prophet, the architect behind 11, has a power position on high ground, and Hanbin is just taking the mick. Disappears once more. That's 2 for Hanbin now. I mean, you can really see the age starting to show with this guy.
Yeah, on the ropes now. They're pushing these final kills behind. They'll pick up Fielder. Proper is still above him right now, but he has no choice but to dash onto point. He won't be getting out of there either. FTG secure first point, and they end up doing it pretty cheap, actually. Didn't have to spend anything in the end because of that late trade onto Hanbin. Now they come forward. That beat advantage is going to come into play in this next fight.
Beat advantage, but it might be difficult for them to leverage it because perhaps the best target to rush down with the beat drop, unless Hanbin feeds, which is not an insane thought, would be Stalker. And Stalker has the copy, so he's going to be able to keep himself alive one way or another. Interested to see whether FTG go for that beat rush or whether they're just going to try and play objective and layer it in. Go for some simple onion theory rather than anything fast tempo. A few stickies come out from Stalker already. He's going for an aggressive push now. He's actually going to copy the Hazard, waiting for a wall, take your time, gets the wall deflected, 2 walls up in main. Stalker doesn't know what to do with this information. Ray online for Cheer now. Downpour comes out, will be dodged. Counter Ray from Cheer will land now. Suzy Q and beat from FTG though, so it is looking like FTG are getting the better part on the early side of this trade. Vigi threw in the Kitsune rush up in main as well. At least there's a mirror that I can kind of vaguely keep track of right now. So happy to not see a wrecking ball on the field right now. Repush from FTG. Downpour from Hanbin. Sonjin catches Stalker though. 1 player advantage for FTG, and all of the ultimates online right now, they are all FTGs. Prophet pops the Noon, takes down Fielder. Perhaps it was just a Noonie reloady, and that's going to be Falcons. They've only got the blade for the recontest. This trade doesn't matter either.
Yeah, classic Noonie reloaded there from Prophet. Doesn't actually save his life in the end, though. And now we're going to go into a Blade v Blade situation, but can't be understated how much nicer it is for the team in control of position to Blade versus Prophet with the retake. And Prophet, he's gone Widow.
Mr. 11, he's clip farming. Oh. Interested to see whether Prophet can make this Widow pick work. He's in an aggressive position right now. Prophet, he claims a scalp immediately. Shot of the century from Little Prophet. Point touch still necessary, and Sonjin's blade has caught Proper, and Falcon C9!
Oh,
no! The champs are going home in a body bag, dude. 4.5 minutes to not get capped, 3.5 minutes to not be in a draw-only situation. Pack it up, boys. FTG are taking this series 3-0. The future is now, and Heesung's supremacy is real. Thank you, Prophet, for giving Falcons the confidence to troll that.
Yeah. Oh, we've got the epic pick. Don't need to rush into anything here. Oh, we've C9. Disaster for Team Falcons. And now Proper is in behind with a Blade. Prophet in big trouble here. Will get taken down. So this Blade secures a kill. No escape. Vinny can escape, but only for a second. Shield closing that one out. And the Blade will be successful. Falcons get the stabilization at the choke. But there is more trouble coming because FTG, they've recharged a lot of these ults. Double support ult coming up next.
Double sub-ult online, a completely worthless downpour in the hands of Heesung as well. Lots to play with. I mean, it's probably just going to be a free deflect for Prophet, to be honest. I'd imagine that the only person we're going to see rooted when Heesung pops his ult is Heesung himself. But, you know, stranger things have occurred than Heesung actually hitting a downpour for once in his miserable life. Now, we've got the card being pushed up slowly by FTG. Now they're forcing Falcons to touch. Beat is online, but Stalker gets the better of Prophet. There is a absolute scrap of a side fight happening up here on the high ground, and it's just not going to go the way of FTG at all. So even though they had that double sub-ult, even though they had that downpour, they opted to just fall over in a neutral. No ultimates invested whatsoever. Bad news for FTG, because Falcons' ult bank has built up to equal.
completely equal now, and they're going to be holding the spawn as well. So now FTG, they might have to take a relatively heavy ult trade just to get out of their doors right now. They're going to try and go the far side out, coming back through the main part of second, and that is going to dislodge Falcons and force them back to the choke. But still a very comfortable ult situation. Heesung is awfully low. Full block is going to have to be expended to get him out of this one, and FTG just going to have to take a breath, regroup here, because they're having a hard time coming through this corridor right now.
Yeah, they're really struggling. Kitsune Rush comes out from Fielder right now. Vigi is going to match it. No Suzy Q online. Could be your time to shine, Heesung, or not. I guess we can wait that one out, actually. Downpour comes out from Harmon instead. Now the downpour comes out from Heesung. Was anybody caught? Nobody knows. Sonjin pulls the blade. He's in so much trouble, though. It's really just a bladey play lifey situation, and there has been no success in that at all. So enormous ult trade, 4 ults apiece for either side, and FTG, they've come up with nothing. Completely empty-handed. That 4.5 minutes to cap third has dwindled down to just 2, and it's a blade versus overclock situation. Vigi now swapping over to the Juno as well, opting for the better mirror pick.
Better mirror pick. It's going to be a straight up fight right now, and again we talk about how much nicer Blade is to set up when you have control of the map. Now FTG, they're going to try and muscle their way through top here. They've been having problems getting proper out of this position all of this third point. They've got Heesung coming out this far side, and they've got a little bit of space right now, but Proper is just biding his time. Dive in from Sunjin right now. Dive in from Chio, actually gets caught. Both supports down, so Proper's going to have to try and clutch. He's chasing for Sojin. Prophet is too far away though. Just too short. His sword's not long enough. And all of a sudden, FTG crack it wide open on this third point, and now we'll be pushing for the cap.
Sadly, it's not the first time the Propers heard that one. And now Falcons, I mean, they've got no ultimates for this recontest. It's going to be a pure neutral. Falcons, they just need to bleed 10 seconds off the clock in order to make this a draw. It is definitely a... they're going to get another defense for sure, or rather another attack, because the time has already dwindled. It's already under a minute, so no attempt from FTG to actually get that over the minute mark. They're actually just going to go for the neutral. Prophet shifts over on the left-hand side, trying to find a kill on Chio. Proper will fall to Sonjin. Suzy Q invested by Fielder. Sonjin juking it out. Fielder shoots the deflect. Almost takes himself out, but he will survive. And FTG, no ultimates invested in that fight. Falcons only use the rush. One fight left. Ray, Beat, Downpour, Blade. So many ultimates for FTG. You'd have to imagine Falcons are going to fight forward off the payload now.
Oh, they have to. With this Ray advantage for Vigi, if they don't fight forward, they're in big trouble. Prophet's made his way over onto Tracer as well. They're expecting this early hit right now, and a Sojin can be difficult to get through that. Wall off on Heesung just to try and clear some space. They're still holding this high ground though, Falcons, but FTG, they have this Ray ready to go.
Prophet's good for the touch.
Oh yeah, they're just flipping the map again, similar to how they broke it the first time. And FTG, they're going to get themselves all behind Falcons here.
Did you use Ray? I don't even know where this Ray is. Blade comes out. He's chasing down Fielder. Sonjin has to dash back to the cart, but Chio, he's on the cart for some reason. So Blade might find value after all. Sonjin, he's deflecting everything. Beat comes out from Bindi. The downpour hits from Heesung, and there's no hope for Falcons at all. FTG, it was a bit back and forth. The Blade, you know, it left me wanting more. But at the end of the day, Chio delivering himself to the payload, not committing to the off-cart fight. Going cart. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, even time banks a minute aside. Really could be anyone's game. Could be a 3-0 still.
It looks so bad for FTG, right? Because the flip was good. They get themselves in a good position. But then as soon as that Ray comes out and Vigi dies immediately, and the Ray isn't actually on point. It's making its way to point, but it's moving pretty slowly. All of a sudden, there's a great opportunity there to find other kills. Sunjin even has to burn his second dash just to touch the point and keep it contested. All of a sudden, it feels like that Blade should get no value, but Chio just there on a platter for him as well, and they managed to convert it. Unbelievable. And now, yeah, 1 minute left on the clock. Could go either way.
Yeah, no, really could be anyone's game. Could even be the guy in the grocery game, to be honest. You getting all that? Sticky Stalker, back to his roots. Oh no, maybe he's... Okay, no, it's actually turning into a total dogfight now. FTG, they're thinking, how do we counteract this Hazard? Harmon is 100% going to play Hazard. They're actually going to go back to the picks that we saw on maps 1 and 2. The heroes that we know give Hazard trouble. Over to the Venture, something that can duel very well with the Hazard, can escape his clutches, but also go and trade backline, get really aggressive. Prophet over over on the Torbjorn, has the 6th man, has that overload or whatever the fuck it's called, where he can get a bunch of health and just start pumping damage into Harmon. Very interested to see whether Falcons can make this work, because I feel like Stalker's pick is completely counted out by this Torb.
Goes for a hack on Bajuno and the Virus. Now diving from Chio as well. Big boot coming in. So much pressure on Zavigi. They have the setup right now. They've eliminated the backline. Really nice setup. Stalker from underneath. Chio from up top. Just pushes them into the perfect kill situation. Sunjin has traded one, but it's not going to be enough. Heesung's going to trade Hambin, actually. That one's more helpful. So there's maybe a retake on here, actually, for FTG.
I'd say that there's a potential retake on the cards, but Prophet swapped to Cassidy, which is not a very good hero for getting back fast. Maybe we're just relying on Vindy coming flying in off the top ropes, but it looks like they're not going to go for it. So FTG, they will lose the first cap. I thought that FTG's comp was good for countering out the Sombra, countering out any slow play, but they didn't go for Sombra 76. Now a fast fight, and Heesung, he gets hacked up by Stalker again, just disappears. Prophet finds a trade on Fielder. That means there's no healing. Could be a potential fast fight here, but it's looking like they're not finding the kills. Stalker is finding so much value in this neutral. Vigi finds the trades, but I mean, FTG, their spawn room is a million miles away. Falcons' spawn room is right next door, so these trades mean nothing, and Falcons, I mean, this is getting into a very snowbally situation right now, Zaz.
Yeah, the ults are getting out of control for Falcons right now. They have the B already, 45% faster than Vindame. EMP, downpour right around the corner as well. And FTG, realistically now, they're looking at a 2-fight situation. They have to probably go and take a fight early, tank a couple of these ults, build up the rest of theirs. And Falcons, they've already used Amp actually, looking for an engage. Sunjin's going to come through, touch the point. Yeah, FTG are going early. Defensive beat comes out here, onto the high ground and keeps themselves safe. Suzu has now been forced out. Stalker has the EMP. They've lost proper actually, so EMP will be committed right now. They delete the players on point, but this costs Falcons 2 of their ults. Wait, Prophet's still in the back. He's going to get another trade. It's 2v2, I think. Stalker, he has to touch. He can't touch. I think he was going to be late for it anyway, but Sunja makes sure of it with that boot. And all of a sudden, ult advantage for naught. Falcons felt like they were trying to be disciplined, right? They knew they needed to keep ults in the bank for the snowball. And as a result, FTG make it chaotic, make it messy, get the trades, and it all falls apart.
You can find the value with that EMP in the end. I mean, he did kill Heesung, but I mean, I really thought that just the beat alone when FTG went for that fast push was going to be their undoing. But it seems that, you know, Sonjin on this venture, he's a wizard of forcing cooldowns, forcing ults, and then escaping off into the night, or beneath the earth, I suppose. So, yeah, FTG really making so much magic happen with these venture picks from Sonjin, and then Prophet on the Cassidy just walking around the map, finding scalps mid-fight, not getting shifted on by Harmon, not falling down.
It's weird as
Why
well,
is
right?
FTG...
I'll go on.
You go.
I was going to say, you talk about hit scan in this meta being quite difficult, quite vulnerable to a lot of these heroes, but somehow, some way, Prophet is just wandering around the backline, finding trades, and that's just for, I guess, the power of chaos, right? Falcons can't keep track of all these players, and Prophet's got the aim to back it up, gets those trade kills, and yeah, really, I mean, it's really still in the balance, right? Still only a minute for FTG, but in the balance, and Falcons back to their roots, double flex DPS alongside Miss Hazard now.
Yeah, the Tracer Genji, I mean, maybe this is signaling that they're going to continue to try and go quickly. Sonjin Prophet, they've actually decided to go with the Sombra Genji, similar strategy to what FTG opted for. No easy to blow up targets in Falcons' lineup, though. They've got Tracer Genji, 2 heroes that are quite difficult to catch out, and Fielder on the Kitsune or on the Kiriko, a little bit tougher as well. Looks like Sonjin has been scouted out early on, and he will fall. I cannot pitch my voice higher to match my miniature webcam, but that is going to be an easy wipe for Falcons right now. No ultimate charged at all for anybody, really. Sonjin over to Soldier, Venture.
Yeah. Had a lot of success on it so far, and FTG needs something right now. Oh wait, they're swapping again. Genji Cass is now the choice. Difficult first point this from Barney at the best of times, and now only 10 seconds left. They're going to have to get a touch in all of this as well. Stalker is marking the flank. FTG going to try and send a few people underneath, a few people top, but Proper and Fielder, they're marking underneath right now, and Vinny's going to take a lot of damage right now. Stalker is there to pounce. Sunjin is on the back foot as well. No Mega available for him as well. 2 for Stalker, and it's an easy first point defense, where it should be off the back of all these kills. He's almost good for 1. It's not enough. He's got no HP. Vinny is the last person and he's only just spawned. So Falcons back in it.
탈콘 입장에서는 진짜
It really seemed like, you know, there was a world where the Genji had the touch and Vindy didn't need to run out into the middle of the point and sacrifice his life to the gods. But what do I know about these situations? Yeah, support a small streamer, guys. Come on, please.
And now, all of a sudden, a bit of a lifeline, right? But the power of loser's pick, FTG gets a pick for next 2 maps, no matter what now. A chance to influence the bans as well, and in theory, expect us to go somewhere pretty ball-friendly. Maybe someone that feels a little bit hard for the hazard. And this
We
is
inspect
to be
Palmer's
the real
monitor
test.
setup. You can see his monitor's at a
Sideways.
45-degree angle. Yeah, because he plays with his arm on the desk.
He's
Can
like,
you support a small streamer tree, please?
He's like super low sense, isn't he?
Can we make the small guy a little writer? Sure. There you go. Is that better? I'm up 25k channel points today. Can you ban Tracer? I think it's actually been demonstrated that I can't do that tree, but I would appreciate if you could support a small right streamer. Genuine Rage, thank you very much for the 5 gifted. Rest assured, the small streamer on the right is fist bumping the camera. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the 5 new parasocial friends, including Morgoth 1780, Sue 106, Sneaky Rocks. That's Sneaky Rocks. That's the God Tier Twitter account. Gold Sword OW and Elon Moist Musk. Thank you very much, Genuine Rage. And Ian said I might be able to support a small streamer. You might be able to. Oh wait, Twitch Prime subs apparently don't work in Asia. Are you in Korea right now, Anian? You're in the banned region, so you don't get Prime. Thanks for supporting a small streamer, Anian. Appreciate that. And Profit Killer. Yeah. No, oh, I forgot to go live on YouTube.
Shout out to my YouTube fans.
Yeah, alright, I'll do that now. Hash Ode L, thank you very much for the Prime. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Thank you for supporting a small right streamer.
We're on a roll, mate.
For the small streamer, I mean, have you seen the small streamer bit, dude?
I've not seen it, but I can guess. I can guess. Let me have a peek, though. You know, I've got like I can fill in some of the gaps here. You know.
Didn't Falcons just win with an Ash ban when the series was on the line? Do they know something? I mean, the problem is that it's good Ash map, bad ball map versus, you know, just really good ball map.
Oh wait,
have a good coach.
It was like a Where's Wally moment for me there. Like,
where is the small streamer?
Come on, guys, support this small streamer. Look how small he is.
OWCS Korea Week 3 co-stream. And I'll just leave the description completely wrong, I think.
I've been given a new clean feed link. Do we
don't
dare?
care. We're staying on soup, bro.
Stay
No, we don't. It's actually so wank, dude. Like, just lower quality. I can't even hear the Koreans anymore, to be honest.
Well, yeah. I mean, in reality,
shit.
We did it all last year, right? And it was just got used to it.
Yeah, this is so chill. Atarax 1X, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted. Thank you for supporting a small right streamer. Welcome to the 5 new parasocial friends. Oh my god, I get nothing. You deserve nothing, Emmy Toast. You're a freeloader. You're always here freeloading. Anian with the Prime. Anian somehow has VPN'd out of Korea, escaped Korea to give me money. Thanks for supporting a small right streamer, Anian.
Multiple subscriptions just to give a subscription to you.
It's like you paid for NordVPN to get here. I appreciate that. Me personally, I use private internet access, but that's just
I
me.
use private internet access as well.
Yeah. My buddy that's a real fucking nerd said that private internet access is better than NordVPN, so that was my justification for using it.
My buddy, who's a proper nerd, also said that was the best VPN, which is why I got this one. Many such cases.
Thanks for the 5 biddies. I mean, 5 biddies is like, you know, not quite 5 gifted, but you know, thanks for like making an effort anyway, you know.
It all goes in the same pot, doesn't it?
Wait, Anian uses private internet access as well, would you believe?
Should I go see if they want to sponsor Uncoachable? Because low-key, we're selling it already for free.
My exclamation mark VPN command spits out exit lag, but that's what I use to play Overwatch. Not to download, not to Twitch Prime to people when I'm in Korea. That's what I meant to say. No, now Jelly Misu, GFC Connor giving me 2 bits apiece. Small cheer for a small streamer. That's not how it works. Small streamers need big cheers.
To make them bigger. Think how big we could make Max if we just find the funds.
Yeah, I could get so big right now. It would actually be so thrilling. Alright. Docs. Alright. Done.
I feel like Falcons is the only team I can stop CR. I mean, right now, Falcons are having enough problems stopping anyone.
Falcons is the only team that could stop Crazy Raccoon, which is why they're quite literally down 1-2 versus Vindane right now. You're such a big boy. Thank you, Shilmi. Thanks for the bits, everybody. I really appreciate it from everybody except for Tree. Really no strong feelings on Tree giving me the bits, to be honest. But thanks for supporting a small right streamer. Hide cam and move it, and then unhide and play hide and seek. No, I'm good. I'm good. Can we get a big left streamer for next map? I don't want to be big. I can do left, but I can't do big. In fact, I'll be left now. This bit is awful. This bit is getting me paid, Marky, so I don't know what you're talking about. Genuinely, I was in such a sub-drought today. I was like, holy shit, I've been live for 2 hours. I've had 1 prime, you know? Like, I am eating beans out here. And then now it's just... we're back, you know? We're back.
You've got so many beans.
Breathe like Fielder this map? I actually don't know how he talks while doing that.
Alright, Gibraltar seems reasonable. Hanzo, I mean, I know Stalker's been playing a bit Hanzo, but I'm less convinced, right? I'm really less convinced. And a ban on the flip side from Falcons, so they want to take that away from Vigi. Yeah, I don't know about this one from FTG. I feel like there's got to have been a more powerful option, you know, like ban a Diva or something.
I think they could have just gone like balls to the wall, if you will, and taken that approach. But for whatever reason, they don't feel like going balls to the wall. Thank you, Ryan.
They want to keep their balls
thank you so much.
firmly off that wall.
Yeah. Cheers, Ryan. Yeah, the balls are actually like completely separated from the wall right now, and we're just on Gibraltar, and Heesung's gonna play Winton and lose.
Yeah, they banned Diva already, actually, which is why the Diva was already, they used it on the previous map.
Ooh. Elliot 3293 with the Prime. Welcome back. Thanks for supporting a small left streamer.
So, Zenbrig Ball. We've seen it work, and now obviously FTG in a situation where they know the Ash can't be banned, so they're safe to play Zenbrig Ball.
Okay, Zenbrig Ball is completely open on account of the fact that there's no Ash. That checks out with my theory of Overwatch.
As Unter checks his notes, which are just scribbled on the back of a used napkin.
If only they could... here's the used napkin, actually, for the stream. This is my note napkin, if you even care. You probably can't see it because I'm a small left streamer right now, but rest assured, I am holding up a napkin. Good grief. If only they could ban Ash twice.
If only they could ban Ash twice. So instead, it's going to be Sim, Venture, Zen, Brig, Ball. Team Falcons going for something a little bit more traditional. A bit more rooted in maybe stuff we're more familiar with. Diva, Kiri, Lucio, Sombra, Genji. So in theory, lots of ways to punish the ball again, ways to set up dives. But actually, Zen, Brig, Sim, I think kind of fries for Diva in some of these situations if Hanbin's not careful. So it might be trickier than it maybe appears for Hanbin. But for now, just keep that point moving, get themselves through this first part of Gibraltar.
Yeah, I think that if Hanbin, Proper, Stalker can close the gap on FTG's backline, could be bad news for little Vigi and Vindy. But if Prophet can set up, play close to his backline, as you can see right now, he's playing in the back, playing a very pokey style. He might just be in a position to microwave everybody that gets in the mix. Sonjin on the Venture, just holding down the cart solo right now. Cheer getting booped around. Heesung is hot on his heels, still has a slam available too. Proper's getting tossed like a salad. It's really looking rough right now for Falcons. All of their rotations just scrappy. Heesung, go on, mate.
Oh, he's lost him.
Oh, you good thing. No, he's lost him.
Stabilization a little bit for FTG, but they're now on the low ground and on the back foot a little bit. Stalker has cleared all the turrets out, and now the Kitsune Rush push comes in. They actually built that so fast right now, and they're going to demolish them with it. Good Kitsune Rush push. When you play against these Zen Brig, these Ana Brig type backlines, when you have a Kiri, if you can get this Kitsune Rush to go on top of that backline, you have a great chance to kill him, and this should just be first point in reality.
Yeah, no, as soon as they were able to leverage that support
Thank you,
advantage. First point was just done and dusted. Falcons, they pushed the card fine enough that the recontest was too dicey. Even with a ball, even with a sim, lots of heroes that can get you back into the mix quickly. They didn't really have the support ultimates to muscle out, so just not going to happen. Heesung hacked up in main now. Stalker finding a lot of value here on the Sombra. Tectonic Shock comes out from Sonjin. Doesn't look to have found anything at all. Has his burrow forced as well. He's chasing Stalker right now. Heesung not quite able to convert that kill. Sonjin probably going to wind up drilling into this choke once again from the looks of things. Has the burrow online once more. There it is. Oh my god.
Really hacks out of it. Really dicey from Sunjin here. Venture's not a hero we see a whole lot of really on Gibraltar, just partly because it's like quite open. But there's just the EMP on the front line. Heesung will die. The backline's safe up top for now, but I think Falcons are going to be keen to try and push this advantage, get a few more trade kills if they can.
This really does feel like a ropey draft decision from FTG. I'm going to be honest. It felt like they were winning some really dicey matchups, and now they've just decided to go for Ball Gibraltar, all the marbles. Counter rally from Vindy is so good, though. Completely minces Harmon on the high ground. Sonjin, once again, causing havoc on the Venture, just drilling around, burrowing out of the fight when required. Heesung rolling through everybody, but he's playing with fire. Has to invest the minefield, get everybody backed up a little bit. We've got a couple of players stuck in a corner right now, but Vindy, he's so low, doesn't want to drop and secure the push. Oh, he's too
low to push it. Yeah, Sunjin's gone in here, trying to dive on those separated players, but Falcons have had time to clear the minefield. A TP and a sim wall behind right now. They keep the point secured. Kitsune Rush in response from Fielder right now. But FTG, probably good to stall this out for a little bit more now. They need to help Adventure. Hat comes through, and you can see Team Falcons, they have no interest in going for these long, difficult dives onto a backline with a Transcendence and a Teleporter. They're just going to keep forcing point, punishing Heesung, punishing Sunjin.
Yeah, lots of punishment coming through right now. Heesung over to the Junker Queen now. Shades of Hanbin. See a Diva, pick a Queen. Blade comes out on the cart. Vigi pops the Trank, but it appears that somebody's asleep at the wheel. Chio very nearly Ajaxes that beat, but he will not. And suddenly Falcons are steamrolling all the way through to third. FTG's game plan falling apart at the seams versus this Diva Sombra Genji comp.
Now it looks like maybe a swap on the mix as well. Hanbin's going to go over to the Hazard after this Junker Queen swap. And he's going to go right back to Ball. To see if Hanbin is willing to keep this one going. Vigilante has made his way onto Baptiste here. Yep, Hanbin's going back to Spawn. Is he going back to Diva by any chance?
And there he is, back on Diva.
Wait, will Heesung go
inconceivable. Prophet will go back, actually. Prophet will go back and swap to the Torb now. So it really is just a game of eternal swaps. We've still got cart being pushed right now by Falcons, though. FTG not really controlling the car much at all, just letting it swing to the final corner because they want that long angle for their Zenyatta. They're on Bap, Zen, Torb now. So good luck to Falcons getting a dive off, because in all honesty, this is an outrageously tanky comp. Sonjin pops the Tectonic Shock up in main once again. Harbin's suit, it's gone the way of the Dodo, and I'm not talking about the Flex DPS player on the era.
He will be playing later today, so if you want more updates on the Dodo and its current status, we'll be getting those to you later today. For now, though, Heesung's going to find a way to die, but FTG, for the most part, they've stabilized here, and now they get control of this choke. Pretty good situation for FTG. Nice part of the map to control. Good for all their heroes. The scary part, EMP and Kitsune Rush coming up for Falcons. Have you died? He might be dead. I'll keep going. Lamp gets forced out onto Vinny quite early here. Kitsune Rush on point during all of this. Hat comes through into Prophet. EMP's into the hands of Stalker. They don't even need it, though. They just push him over this Kitsune Rush. And this greedy comp from FTG is getting punished time and time again. And now they're just rolling it in. Blade and EMP to finish this. I don't know what FTG have to respond with. Nearly a window, but it's surely not enough. Ball goes down immediately. Doesn't even get the touch for Profit. Blinks left when he should have blinked onto point. And wow.
FPS Marky, thanks for the prime. Welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club. Give me money and of course I can stop being small. Appreciate the money. Appreciate the money. Yeah, what just happened? I got up to turn the fan on because it was too hot. I come back and third is pushed.
Yeah, so they just Kitsune Rush push down main, and it feels like FTG should have like enough space to give, essentially, you know, play near their spawn doors and back of the map. But they just kind of got run over. Team Falcons ended up didn't even really need the EMP, didn't even really need the blade, and FTG, like I don't know, like Bapsen just got pushed over. Really, it wasn't that hard at all for Falcons, and this is like 2-minute time bank on Gibraltar. Not looking great.
Thanks for all the single bits, guys. Thanks for supporting a big streamer, big right streamer. I'd like a refund as you're no longer a small streamer. If you figure out how to refund, I'll make myself smaller to avoid that. But until then, I won't be providing any refunds. And now we see FTG. Torb Sim, back to basics, back to the comp that, you know, maybe we back to the meta that everybody knows. Everybody knows and loves. Yeah, no, I mean we're so familiar with the Torb Sim, we understand it so well, and you know it just works. I love throwing money at entertainers, yeah, but it's like you're throwing pennies at like a homeless busker or something. Like it's really
clown.
It's yeah.
All right,
you'll be getting a PayPal email in about 30 seconds. Got it, mate.
FTG kicking us off then. Sim Venture now. Kiri Lucio. So no more squishy backline in theory. Should be much more comfortable for him. They're going to TP underneath right now. Profit's going to clear a lot of these players out. Fielder has to Suzu and just doesn't have a TP apparently. So a 1-for-1 trade, but the payload's moving for FTG. So more than happy with this if you are from the gamer.
Yeah, no, from the gamer, they are pleased with this one, just continuing to steal the card away. I've become a down-to-earth streamer at Ryan's request, if you even care. Profit will take down Proper now, so really, FTG, they are having a laugh on this offense. It is all just going their way. Stalker, he's juicing damage, he's got a great angle, he hits the virus, he is constantly playing Sombra 76, but no kills are being converted, and already it's a recontesty situation, which is looking dicey at best. We see, over on the side, everybody has blown through for Team Falcons, but they've used their turn. Sonjin's looking for a kill on Chia right now, pins him to the wall, nails him to the cross. Suzu comes out onto Sonjin, he's just fine. Profit is holding down the right-hand side. 5v2, game is done. First cap easily for FTG.
Just rolling through them right here now. Falcons slow cooking to a lot of these ultimates here. Still 30% off most of them. FTG on the other hand, Kitsune Rush ready to go. Symbol nearly ready to go. Lots of great options here for them. Holding on to this high ground. And it's looking pretty good for FTG. I think if I'm them, I don't know if they realise they have this advantage though, and they're going to Kitsune Rush early. Might just be a forced point angle for him, but Proper's going to get caught early. Pauses him on. Heaton gets hacked, will fall onto the floor. Lots of trouble. Suzy Q to get him out. Symbol to get him out as well. And FTG, they can keep going forward with this.
Got this guy saying Suzy Q now. FTG just keep on pushing the cart. Really aggressive. Symbol finds value, not with kills, but with cart push. Now, we've got the Kitsune Rush on the objective. Oh my god, it's going all the way to the end. The second point already. Falcons, they're down a player to begin with. They have beat EMP Blade just around the corner, but they don't have it yet. Vindy's got the beat in the back pocket. Sonjin closing on that tectonic shock as well. Hack comes out onto Vindy. Vindy goes for the beat anyway, and he gets it. Harpin lost the suit, didn't use the bomb. Falcons, they've got the DPS ultimates, but they've just got no opportunity to use. We're on third point with 6 minutes.
Unbelievable. FTG, we were starting to count them out. What have they done? Why did they ban Hanzo? I guess they know better than we do. Unbelievable turnaround here for FTG. And they are looking to better Falcons' time at the moment. Juno swap coming out from Fielder right now. The FTG, they're happy to keep this cart rolling forward. And all of a sudden, you can see the vision from Falcons, right? The hack into Ajax, into Blade, into Ajax. All seems really possible. Doesn't come off though. The Falcons, they still have no DPS ults. And it should be the stabilization tool for him here. Blade from Proper.
Blade from Proper finds absolutely nothing. The counter from Sonjin is good. The counter from Sonjin is shit, and Proper's Blade does find value after all. Falcons, they win this exchange, but Harmon loses his suit in the back end of it, forcing his bomb. A little bit of a waste on that ultimate. FTG 1-for-2 exchange now. Coming into the next fight, they're going to have the rush, but Fielder has the Ray. Support your favorite greedy, repulsive streamer, guys. Please, support your favorite repulsive wide streamer.
Hanban has remembered Zarya exists. They've had enough of this either. Falcons going for the double swap. Mei and Zarya. Prepare for your life to get a lot worse, Heesung, because he can't matrix any of this damage. Vindame is going to get involved and Proper is going to absolutely pounce on him. Vinny just giving it away in the front line here, so FTG now can't. Wait, they're going to Kitsune Rush bomb. They want to use their own advantage. They've killed Proper. They forced Ice Bomb. They're on the back foot. Builder has Ray. He needs to drop it right now. Stalker's going to die. They're going to get run over. The Sim Wall is out. They're just walking in. They're going to get absolutely fried. Falcons thought they were counter-comping them, but they just got run over. Chio coming back with beat, but it's a desperate touch.
Oh my days. Somehow, some way, it just doesn't play out for Falcons. Now they're getting microwaved on the cart. Harmon is back on Ramotra. Harmon is dead on Ramotra. Beat comes out a second too late from Chio. Vindy, he doesn't have the beat to respond yet. Proper catches Prophet and Vindy on the Reaper. And somehow they have recontested this fight. The Reaper swap is golden. Harmon, he's going to stick the Ramotra now. Stalker has a Blizzard for the next fight. Oh, Falcons, I mean, that's a miracle recontest with Proper on the big Reaps.
It looks so ropey as well because Chia was going to come out, but he had like no one to beat. But Proper makes the clutch play. We saw him go off on Reaper at the tail end of 2024. He's at it again now. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe even Heesung swaps into this potentially. We have seen, yeah, Hazard come out from Heesung, Ash from Prophet now as well. Have to bear in mind Falcons, not great range on their comp really. I don't know if it's going to be on Proper to find a TP play because if they can get Prophet onto this high ground, he can just take over right now because they also have a beat push to come FPG.
Look, a beat push could be counted out by Stalker's Blizzard, to be honest. Proper actually TP's up onto the high ground. They're going to go for a high tempo play, but now Proper, no shift to speak of. Here comes the swing. Beat push is out. Stalker's Blizzard is out. Nobody is frozen up. Heesung catches Proper. Heesung looks like he might be about to go down himself, but Sonjin, he's taking Stalker for a ride. Harman's in the corner, pops the form, but it's a 2 versus 5. Genuine rage of the community gift sub in the clutch. Welcome Auto Exam to the Parasocial Friends Club. And FTG cap.
Faster time bank too, but a bit more reasonable, right? We're looking at what's that, 24 seconds faster, so they salvage it a little bit there on third point, but you can see Falcons clearly struggling. Clearly uncertain, swapping a lot of comps, swapping a lot of heroes, trying to find solutions in the moment more than anything else, and they're still in it. Remember, Falcons have to win this map to stay in the series and force a map 5. They're still in it, but that last round feels like FTG started to find a lot of success with their version of the comp. In reality, Falcons' good attack came off the back of playing into a Zen Brig that just kind of fell over from FTG. I really don't think we'll be seeing FTG on that, and yeah, FTG going to be sticking the Sim, the Venture, the Kiri, the Lucio.
Sticking it out, the Symmetra finding reasonable value. Stalker, I mean, he's back on the skipper pick. He wants the Sombra once again. Crack that can, mate.
Cracking it, mate.
Can we get a streamer? Can we get the streamer from ED Twitter? Say less. Say less. Support a skinny red streamer, everybody. Please, for the love of God. That's just what my skin looks like. That's just what my skin looks like. It's not. That's not a filter. I'm just a really ruddy-faced white guy, mate.
No AI, no filters.
No, this is actually just like completely natty. Can we get 5 booms for this guy's dead friend, by the way? All right, moving on. Falcons now. Genji, Sombra, Diva. FTG, they've got the Sim, they've got the Sonjin Venture once again. Heesung, thank you for the booms, everybody. Heesung.
I'm getting some booms too.
Hazard. Harmon's actually swapped. There's so many booms. Everybody booming right now. Twinkia? Okay, you got it.
Touch on point from Sunjin. Will get hacked on his way out, but will be able to stabilize back on the high ground. Falcons can keep the park car moving. For now, though, chance to drop back in. You see Heesung trying to dip his toes right now, but it's Sunjin who's going to commit to the point right now. They do have Proper behind on the Genji, maybe potentially going to turn it into a flank. But right now, well, it's actually Sombra behind, I think. But right now, Falcons more than happy just to keep this payload moving. Group up, and FTG, they're dropping. They want to fight. They catch Fielder on the way in. Player advantage for him as the Unburrow comes through from Sunjin. Just blasting Hanban in the back right now. No escape for him either. And that's a minute off the clock already. Falcons only get it to car wash.
FPS Marky, reschedule, please. Thanks for the tier 1. FPS Marky, I can only assume that a message is being sent to you about a scrim that you have booked or something of the sort, because it appears that somebody wants to reschedule with you. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the tier 1 anyway, mate. Appreciate that. I thought ED stood for erectile dysfunction. It can be erectile dysfunction or eating disorder. In my case, it's both. Anyhow, Sonjin in the back line doesn't get the drill off, unable to burrow beneath the ground as well. Sticky Stalker pins him to the cross, and Falcons, this is exactly the opening they needed.
Perfect for him now. They can chasing for more kills if they can find anything as well. Doesn't look like Hanbin can find anything. Just running in. Wall behind Heesung. Sort of blocks his jump out a little bit right now, but Heesung has full pocket. Will be able to stabilize. But we get up to the ult fight now. And Vigilante has a faster Kitsune rush. If he just goes, there's a big problem. Proper's going to die. Downpour out from Heesung as well. They're going to bulldoze him as well. And a quicker Kitsune rush is the difference maker. And it all comes down, I think. That first rotation underneath from Falcons, Fielder gets caught early, and that's the 10-15% difference we're looking at here.
I'm being told, after witnessing Sonjin's death, that this is in fact the reason that you ban Ashe. And you know, let's see how it plays, because I'm seeing no Ashe ban here, but it's actually starting to look an awful lot like FTG are about to win this series 3-1. So let's just wait and see, okay? Let's not get ahead of ourselves right now. It's Jova. It's never Jova, chat. It's never Jova. Can we get 5 booms for Sonjin?
이거 신경 많이 쓰이겠는데요. 조합이 좀 고민이 되겠는데요. 솜겐으로 가나요? 아니면은 뭐 히트 스킨 하나 넣나요? 팔콘 입장에서 좀 머리가 아플 만한 상황이고요. 맞습니다.
All right.
아 그냥 벤처가 최고.
What do Falcons do? One comp. Gotta hold 2 minutes 23 seconds, and it's barely out of car wash. And the answer is May venture D.Va. So just gonna start high ground, and at a certain point, just probably give it to that his last corner, because you don't really get 2 fights here, right? It's like a 1 fight situation for Falcons.
Sorry, I was completely locked out. Actually, like 0 words retained there, like nothing.
It's a 1 fight situation for Falcons, right? It's like the
I think they're gonna go for like a hard spawn camp. You're gonna try and like hold forward or something.
If you hard spawn camp, you'll get 2 fights. But yeah, you have to like
look at Propers. Yeah, like they're doing it. Like look at the positions over here. Like they're playing in Mega. They're trying to hold up really close. Heesung already has the high ground above. Oh my god, Tale of 2 Ventures. Sonjin actually just deleted again. Can we get 5 booms for Sonjin right now? Anyhow, 1 player advantage for Team Falcons, but obviously FTG, they have a comically close spawn. So really, it's just a matter of time before Sonjin is back for more action.
Oh no! Doesn't give a shift up onto the high ground, and this is why you don't play Ashe. Hanbin will get that one for free. Hanbin will clean up more, and again, no trades from FTG. Trades would go a mile for them because no spawn is so comically close here for FTG, but they just can't get a single trade. Back in spawn, full reset again.
Alright, I'll add the Sonjin emote just because you asked so nicely, Tree. Back to spawn for FTG. Running down the clock. Profit 18% of a symbol. Get a wriggle on, mate. Get a wriggle on. You're asking to go to map 5 suddenly with the way that this is looking. Harmon. Oh my god, Harmon and Fielder are just getting pre-fighted. Hard push with the TP. 1-for-1 trades, but trading Fielder, that should be more than enough. That's the primary source of healing. Even if you continue to scrap it out right now, this is bad news for Falcons. They need to control the cart as well. If they let the cart start rolling, if they get staggered off objective, oh no, nobody's staggered off objective. It's all good. But look at Sonjin. Already has that tectonic shock, and that could be deadly on the payload. Stalker Cheer, they're close to their ultimates. Come on, Heesung, do something. Oh, Fielder's disappeared.
Fielder. And Falcons slightly closer to a lot of these ults, though. There's going to be a Blizzard, Kitsune Rush, beat on point. FTG, in many ways, they need to slow it down, I think, a little bit. Get to their own ult bank and take the big fight right now, because otherwise it could be big trouble. Just grouping on the high ground right now, FTG, looking for their opening, but they don't have any ults to use quite yet.
Yeah, they're just playing a game of chess up on the high ground right now, trying to get some angles, take some positioning. Heesung, he's taken the back high ground, but he's receiving no healing. Now we've got the tectonic shock in main from Sonjin, but he will go down. Everyone from FTG needs to play their lives right now. Heesung is where? He's got the down downpour. Falcons could really clutch up in this one, but oh, here they go. The repush. Vindy goes down, 99 on the beat. Vinji, he uses the Suzy Q. 10 seconds on the clock. Prophet is unable to touch. Heesung has to touch now, but I don't even know if he can.
I don't think he
Oh,
can.
no, Sonjin's got that.
Diving from Sonjin, he's got one touch. Heesung with the downpour, but he needs to touch afterwards. Kitsune rush onto point. They're trying to force it through. Blizzard comes out on point. Vinny hits the beat. It's only 2 of them though. Vinny's going to get frozen up as well. Vigilante can trade one. He's going to TP. I think he TP's out actually to save his KT. Or TP's, I guess his only TP was to like Profit, but oh my god, FTG getting so close to those ults. But that spawn hold from Falcons, that bought all the time and the ult advantage they needed. And once again, Falcons bail themselves out.
Fake, man. Like, how did they not win with their support ults up on the high ground when they were 4v5 and they've got everything and they just kept cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting? It's like, come on, man, come on. Like,
Yeah,
just a little rush, a little beat, just do it, just do it. Fucking. It's never German. Unter's Gimp followed. Like, where did you come from? Like,
I thought you had him locked up.
yeah,
How
I
do
mean,
you
the
get
Gimp
out?
is supposed to be locked up right now. You see Pulp Fiction? This is like genuinely like this is an I'm about to die situation. I fear like Bruce Willis pre-dementia is behind me with a baseball bat or something or a chainsaw. I can't remember the implement of choice, but I'm in trouble either way. That's your ult, says Squid. Cheers. Cover the entire screen during break, missing my big streamer. Unter has ethical gimps? I mean, there's definitely such a thing as an ethical gimp. I would argue that, you know, there's probably more ethical gimps than unethical ones.
Yeah? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the
You'd be more
stats are
scared.
of this. I mean, what we need is someone like probably Chris to just maybe go and spend a couple of weeks in a country, and then he can probably determine the number of ethical to unethical gimps based on, you know, just what he sees with his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is, you know, basically the king of the eye test when it comes to, like, you know, basically being like an ignorant Western foreigner in a country of which he has very little understanding and just kind of clocking the stats dead to rights, you know?
Just
like,
look, just
he
look,
can
mate,
actually,
you can see it.
you literally just open your eyes and see it from there. It's okay to have a small gimp, size isn't everything. Jelly Misu says, what's a gimp? You can look that up in your own time. Are you an adult, Jelly Misu? We should probably get that out the way.
Yeah,
Don't
we
look that
should.
up otherwise.
You've asked these
Yeah,
questions in the wrong order. Yeah.
Yeah. Classic cart before the horse situation here, but Porn Gimp? Hunter's Gimp, thanks for the tier 1. You're legal?
Oh!
Okay, go ahead. Google what a gimp is then.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead, yeah.
nuts. Go nuts, legal Jelly Misu. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club, my gimp. I can only assume that you're not going to kill me if you're subbing to me on Twitch. Subbing in more than one way, it makes sense, Hunter's Gimp. Thank you. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Obviously the egg. Like, what a fucking stupid question. Tree says Googling Gimp. Tree, you're so
Wait,
fucking
old
corrupted.
enough.
Like, yeah, I mean, he's 17, mate. He's 17. So I should not, and I am not encouraging him, but it's like, that kid's fucked, bro. Like, he's too far gone, dude. That was already in his search history long before I got here.
That's auto-completed for sure.
Nah, Jelly Mesa, you've got from the Gimp. We need a from the Gimp emote so badly. So we need like a latex wrapped FTG roster stat. Like it's just yesterday we need that emote, but I literally don't know who has the chops to make a full FTG roster wrapped in latex. On a partner team wage and still begging for subs, my big back streamer. Yeah, subscribe, please. My partner team wage is not enough to fund my lifestyle. Cheers.
Honestly, your lifestyle right now...
Inspo streamer, fat streamer, all of the above.
Your lifestyle right now is actually so expensive, but not in any of the fun ways. I think that was the sound of him standing up as well, so you didn't hear that. I mean, what mode? Yeah, what mode is left? Where are we now? Is it push? Oh, thank you, Harris, for 12
Been
months.
focused on med school more recently. Glad to come back and see you're still covering our esports. Congrats on SSG deal. Very happy for you, man.
Ah, thank you very much, Harris. Very kind.
스코어 2대
Good luck at
The
med
latter
school
one,
as well.
Jelly makes it.
팔콘의 지금 턴미까지 쫓아갔고요. 팔콘 선수들 경기 끝날 때마다 뭐라고
Is Unter still spending all of his money paying for water for his cows? Literally like 10x worse than what it was before. Like you actually have no idea. Like literally I had a 10-year high school reunion tonight, and I decided not to go so that I could stream to make money because of how much money I found out I was gonna have to spend yesterday. Like genuinely, the only reason that I'm live right now instead of the 10-year high school reunion is because I need to make money. Because of those fucking cows in the water.
The future of our esports.
That's so freaky. I didn't know you had a GIMP suit, Unter. I don't have a GIMP suit. I have a GIMP. They subbed. Like, it appears.
They have to buy their own suit. That's part of it.
아 진짜로요.
그런데 지금
They had to dip from scrim to attend to the cows. Wrong.
Thank you, Wololo, for the 12 months as well. Is Squid's Moira the future of Overwatch esports? Yes.
네, 실제로 올라가는 것보다 더 힘든 게
No
지키는
doubt.
거잖아요.
그죠?
몇 년째 지켜주고 있는 지키는 모습을 보여주고 있는 그런 챔피언의 면모를 보여주고 있는데 이번 세트만
Yeah, I was-
So you can get it.
I was saying as you were standing up and you were like, I need the money to fund my lifestyle. And I was like, he actually does, but for none of the fun reasons. None of the fun reasons you would expect, like more money to fund a lifestyle. Unfortunately, just to maintain where we are right now.
자, 그런 느낌으로
Needs egregious amounts
Just
of
to,
money
just
for
to
these
keep
cows.
keep clinging on situation.
Just to tread water, we're gonna need more support, guys.
Oh, Lemmy Winkle has followed you. That reminds me of Lemmy Winks, the hamster. That I mean, now that we're on the now that we're on the topic of gimps, actually, Lemmy Winks is the name of the rodent that crawled into Mr. Slave's ass in an episode of South Park that I watched about 15 years ago. The Mr. Slave, I believe, is Mr. Garrison's gimp in South Park. So this is really coming full circle right now.
This is the most on
Yeah.
topic we've ever been.
Thanks for the follow, Lemmy Winkle. It was a gerbil? Yeah, no, you're right, actually. It was a gerbil.
Oh yeah, gerbil sounds right. I've got a few reports of
It was a
Mouse
gerbil.
as well, but I think gerbil.
Yeah.
Gerbil is where I'm hearing the...
I remember like a bar from it, you know, when there was a song and it was take the magic helmet torch to help you light the way. There's still a lot of ground to cross inside the man so gay. That's that's all I really remember from that episode, to be honest. But it is still up there in my head 15 years later.
This guy can't remember to ban Tracer on map 5, but he can remember the lyrics to a song in South Park from 15 years ago.
이렇게나 졌는데 팀의 전체 성적은
Yeah, unbelievable.
그리고 중하위권으로 떨어지는 거. 이걸 이기면
Alright.
Now we're on Esperanto for ball. Like, how is this FTG's pick as well?
I
Like,
swear, right? Like, it's just infinitely better.
Trevor the Goat, thank you very much for the gift sub. Thanks for supporting a skinny streamer. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Welcome, Kibbs1x. Cheers, mate.
They have banned Sombra though, so this feels like progress, a chance to play the ball. And honestly, Falcons rolling out on a remark from May here. Feels like Falcons haven't felt comfortable in these sort of matchups at all that we've seen today. So they're going to try and change it here, but I feel like actually the ball can get quite a lot done against this remark from May here. So if Vigi can find a nade timing or something, might just be a lot of opportunities here for FTG.
Sonjan slithering on in from the side right now on the venture, but he has been scouted out. So initial engagement is no good, and Vindy's actually going to fall. Sonjan tries to burrow out, but he's inside the slow of Hanbin, and that's just going to be an easy first fight for Team Falcons. You can see these guys did not watch Team Liquid versus Space Station Gaming last weekend.
No, and that's going to be all the kills going their way. Catch here onto Heesung as well. He should be fine to play his life and reset with his team here. But a nice, easy fight for Falcons. 70% of the beat already for Chio as well. And actually going to be sitting quite pretty. Profit now onto the Sojourn here.
Jeez, Profit over to the Sojourn. It's all fallen apart. The creativity, it's gone. Where are the Mickey Mouse heroes? All we have is Venture for Mick Factor. Heesung close to a minefield right now. Gets a slam up on the high ground and will slither off into the night. One more slam and he is going to have mines online. Nobody's pushing cart right now for Falcons. It is being contested. Now they're swinging around in main, potentially looking for a support ult push. You can see they're posturing for a little bit of something. Minefield comes out, beat in response. Big push from Chio up on the high ground. He is on Profit's case, but Profit gets a seamless kite out, and it's Sonjan that gets caught. Vindy trades though.
Vindy trades 1 for 1, so they can put themselves a little bit of space out here, FTG. They're going to drop out right now. Nano nearly available. They're going to lose Vinny, though. But Nate catches Chio, forces them all the way back. But Hampton is keeping this point anchored right now, so they need more right now, FTG, to clear this one off. And Proper's actually going to go super deep with this. Just a little loop-for-loop round the corner, and actually it's Fielder who's taking loads of pressure now. They have Ray to push with, and Heesun might just be dead. Proper spots for kill. He gets traded right back, though. And Sunjun's actually killed 2. A nano-boosted Tectonic Shock doing all sorts of things to this Falcons backline right now. And Sunjun is kept point contested. Still no checkpoint conceded. And now Hammond is going to fall as well.
Bench is actually insane in this matchup. I can't lie. Like, during the Ray turns, you're just grinding them up. You can, even without the ultimate, you can still get so much done. Feels like Venture, you know, a little bit of a water to wine situation for Sonjun all series long. Have I ever seen Lenny play Venture? I feel like I've seen him walk out of spawn on that shit and instantly end. We are cooked. Anyway, Prophet coming up on the overclock right now. Vindy slow cooking, falling off the bone with this beat as well. But, you know, maybe it's worth the wait. Harnman has the Annihilation, could go deep with this one. Overclock comes out early from Prophet, doesn't find any kills. He kites back up onto the high ground, but now he's under a lot of pressure. In comes Proper, finds nothing, but no, he found a little bit of something. It's a 3v3 right now, but the cart's being stolen away. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Everything's fine. You missed the nade on yourself.
Oh. Still alive now, Chio on the point. Hampton's with him as well here, and Heesun's awfully low. He has to get a mega, and actually, they might even be able to steal checkpoint here. Chio's considering going for the kill, but instead opts just to get this checkpoint. It's more important.
No
doesn't have it,
way.
and he goes for it. Are they going to get checkpoint out of this? Wait, Sunjun?
Mate, that was a 3v2 for FTG. They've really let it slip. They couldn't win in that scrap. They couldn't touch the cart after Vigi went down. Oh, just an absolute disaster. Losing car control early on, never reclaiming. And now FTG, I mean, they have the ults, but they've conceded check for what felt like nothing. Vigi, Chio has the beat online. Heesun is chasing him. He's been displaced. He has to throw down his minefield in a panic. Beat from Vindy just to keep him going. Stalker is hot on his heels. He's going to secure that kill. Heesung has gone down. There's no trade. There is a trade. Heesung has somehow killed Fielder with a minefield. I choose to believe it was Sonjun drilling him into that one. Let's be real here. Prophet is going to kill Harmon as well. Now they can get to stealing the card.
Walking forward as well. Chio's right here as well, so dies on cart. We'll take the reset here. Really chaotic, and all of a sudden, I feel like as well the Venture is actually pretty good into the ball. The ability to interrupt these swings, and Prophet's going to get a late kill onto Stalker, so this will be a few more free meters, which means now FTG, they can threaten the cap. They'll have a nano boost with which to invest. And honestly, expect us to go Sunjun's way, but Falcons, they want another fight. 4v5 here, Falcons are coming out.
Oh, Sonjun can't get under the ground. He goes down to Harmon on the Diva. There's a nano boost online. They can still try and turn this one, but they've nano boosted Prophet. What are you going to do? You're getting tossed like a salad. You're getting matrixed in the face by a Diva. This is the worst nano boost I've ever seen. Absolute waste of an ultimate. Sonjun is miles away from the fight as well. Heesung is being pressured out in the back. It looks like he's being chased, but now it's really just a full reset until Sonjun is back in the mix. Torps come out in main and they catch Prophet. Sonjun's back, but at what cost? Fielder, he's got another orbital ray. It's all going wrong for FTG right now.
Falcons in control of the choke. Tectonic Shot comes through, but Ray in response, they lose Chio as this comes through, and they disengage the rest of the Ray. Maybe the Sunjun needs more help. Underground just in time. Pulse bomb wide from Stalker, but somehow Vinny jumps on it, and Proper will clean up with a Tectonic Shock. Trades are still going back and forth here, but Falcons on the front foot. Stalker should be able to get, or maybe not get a few more meters on the ball. It's just an absolute scrap. Every meter, every inch is being fought so hard by FTG right now.
FTG, they're fighting for every single inch, and Proper, I mean, he's given up on even showing how short his sword is, but it doesn't seem to matter, because still Falcons retain the lead. Prophet has the clock right now, but it's a terrible angle to go for it unless Falcons try and extend around the corner. They're actually just going to back things up a little bit. They must be down a player right now. Someone must be respawning, and I didn't pay attention. Prophet, he's got an angle for the clock at this point. Heesung, big slam on the high ground. Minefield looks like it's going to split some players off. Heesung on the run now. No mega to catch, though. Repush from Falcons is good. Vigi in trouble. Sonjun in trouble. Nothing but trouble for the side of FTG. And again, they're not able to stabilize and not able to keep that push going. And more meters are going to go on the board for Falcons.
After a long back and forth here, this feels like one where Falcons can put some serious meters on the board now. They kind of burnt through a lot of their ults for it, but it'll be worth it. Heesung has gone Diva right now, so probably a good swap based on how the ball has been going so far. Nano boost up for Vigilante as well. Diva's butting heads here on the front line right now. Have been trying to get the better, has won at HP trade massively. Prophet's overclocked in response right now, but needs to find some kills, needs to find some value. But Falcons, they've just given him the slip. Chio's maybe caught in a little bit here. Whole spot round the corner, Vinny! Just gets nanoed! Vinny has beat now as well. He's just playing his life with this. Probably worthwhile since it was a chain of both ults right now. But Falcons, they're just bleeding these ults out of FTG right now.
They're bleeding FTG out, and I mean, they're about to have another orbital ray. They can definitely swing with that when it comes online. Fielder playing a very safe position. Proper's going to run Sonjin's fade one last time, and what can FTG even do? The swing with the ray now comes. Vindy pops the beat. Prophet didn't even receive it. Vigi in the back. He nades Proper, but that's a hero that can dig under the ground and disappear into the night. Stalker takes down Prophet. It's all falling apart for FTG.
2 maps up in the series, multiple chances to close out on maps 3 and maps 4, but this map is all Falcons. 2 minutes left on the clock right now, and FTG need an almighty comeback right now, because Falcons are in complete control. They've got a tectonic shock, they're going to have a quicker beat ready to go as well, and even FTG's star man Sunjin, who's done so much from this series, has gone missing on Esperanza now, completely shut down by Falcons.
Completely missing in action. Prophet having a real hard time into this Diva. You can see Proper holding this right-hand side right now. Heesung has gone balls deep in the back, contesting backliners, but it has paid no dividends. Instant D-suit, beat back from Chio, the repush. Heesung, he resuits, but Prophet gets absolutely minced up by Harmon and Chio together. Torps from Vigi, that's not going to be enough to save the day. Mirrored tectonic shocks for what? Nobody has gone down. Prophet making the swap over to Sim now. Maybe we need to see some Sim Torb. If we want to see a comeback, if we want to call it a comeback right now, we need to see the meta comp come back out.
No chance. Heesung's going to get staggered out a little bit here. Late death for him as well, as FTG are trying to bleed themselves back onto point, but no tank. They're going to have to concede more and more meters. And look at this cold spot from Stalker. Late kill onto Prophet. Nothing is going FTG's way. And Team Falcons, a full cap to reverse sweep.
Oh, it's classic Team Liquid theory. You play ball in Esperanza, this is your fate. Prophet is back on the Widowmaker, looking for one last montage clip. A couple of shots have gone wide. 2, 3, 4. Give us another one, mate. Nobody even in position to touch the card. Vigilante has to throw his body onto the point. Prophet as well. The Widowmaker. It's over. It's a full cap. We're not calling it a comeback. We're calling it a reverse sweep. So I guess it is a comeback in its own way, but it's Team Falcons' comeback. Composure is the name of the game. And Team Falcons, they're going to claim this reverse sweep. Felt like an absolutely egregious string of errors from FTG when it came to the draft. Like,
yeah, felt like
holy
draft
fuck.
errors. Draft errors that, you know, because those maps were close, 3 and 4, but you have to say there has to have been better options there, more impactful options. All of a sudden, the success at FTG, like, if we cast our minds, which seems a long time ago now, but if we cast our minds back to Antarctic Peninsula, Falcons looked really rough playing into like some of this Ball Torb Sim type stuff, or like, I guess it was Sim Bench that FTG were mostly doing, but something like that, right? Dungeon getting loads done. Hanbin just felt like he was on the ropes, perma. Both of Hanbin's heroes, the Bull, the Diva, the Hazard, both feel rough into that. But all of it didn't get that matchup once again in the series. How can you not get that matchup once again in the series? When you have to you get 2 map picks and 2 first bans.
Oh, like, I just feel like they went to nothing but bad ball maps, dude. Like, what?
What do we do? We
like,
Gibraltar to Raj.
Is Colo and New Queen both in the pool?
I believe so, yeah. When I looked at, like, I'm trusting Liquipedia here, so, you know, disclaimer. But yeah, so
can we get 5 big booms
they could have gone New Queen Street, Rialto, Havana, Route 66 with the other Koth, or the other, sorry, other escorts, which maybe don't feel like there's like a lot of okay ones there. Honestly, maybe even just Rialto or Havana would have been better.
Like, I just had to go to
the Gibraltar one feels less egregious as a map pick and more just why have we banned Hanzo there, right? Like that feels like
could have banned Diva there, right? Like, or was Diva already banned?
They used their Diva ban, I think, on Nambani.
Yeah.
So, but there could have been a Hazard ban or something. Maybe force them onto that. I don't know, but yeah.
Just think, go to a map that has megas.
Yeah.
Really, like if you're gonna play Wrecking Ball, had they used the Sombra Band? They had that available, right? Because they used that at the end,
on the
I
last
think.
map, right? I think.
Yeah, so like if they had a Sombra Band available, just go to a map that has mega health packs and ban Sombra.
Yeah.
여기서도 아군과 같이 만들어내는 거.
그렇죠.
Shit hurted, bro.
그래서 자, 표팀 인터뷰.
Can you go to bed and give me your viewers now, Tree? What are you doing, bro?
자, 인터뷰
He's still
좀
up?
만나보도록
Isn't it like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
He's been typing in my chat about the draft for ages. Wait, he's not even streaming, bro. He's not even stealing my content. Who did you host, bro? Where'd those viewers go?
Ah, it didn't come to me.
Hey. That little piece of shit.
This fucking guy. I'm glad he
Dude,
told
I
me that,
fucked
like-
off from Twitch hours ago. Piss off. Who did you host, man? What did you do with that 80 viewers? There's money in that.
최근에 이제 메타가 좀 많이 바뀌고 있는데 이제 오늘
Why is Unter so skinny today?
그냥
Ozempic.
밀어줄 생각으로 살짝 왔는데 상대 팀이
A
벤처를
classic ED
써가지고
situation.
살짝 헷갈렸던 것
Sorry, only draft kings get the raid. Not those who ban Ash Map 5. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I can see, yep, that's Danny live with 80 viewers right now.
Oh, there's Danny with 80 viewers. Unfucking believable. No, ASMR fanboy, I like the skinny knee, you know?
그렇게 없고 그냥 상대 조합이 좀
I'm over the Ash ban situation, Tree. It's done, you know? It's in the past. I wish I could say lesson learned,
Wait,
but there
that's-
is no lesson learned.
That's just not true.
It's bullshit.
You are not over
You saw
it.
that chat? The co-stream channel? Just going to bed thinking of Ash and Tracer bans, just like rotating in my head.
Like, the example that proved is we recorded Uncoachable last night, and it's fair to say it came up probably no fewer than 4 times. And then after Uncoachable, I'm talking to some of the Blizzard production people because I'm having a problem with some of their songs getting copyrighted on my VODs. And then, out of nowhere, Unter just responds with Ban Ash in this other channel, completely unrelated to everything. So it's fair to say, Unter is far from over it.
Completely over it. Completely over it. Like, it hasn't crossed my mind in days.
네, 괜찮아요.
네, 자 오늘 FTJ 템포를 완전히 읽어낸 프로보선수
It's alright.
해성이었는데요.
I know,
지브롤터의
maybe not
리퍼.
exactly that feeling, but I know the feeling of where you absolutely drop the ball
아무 반응
and
없긴 했는데
there's no way to like cope your way out of it, you know? There's no sort of mitigating circumstances, or it's just like, yeah, I should have just done that, shouldn't I? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just... Anian says that does not sound like someone who's over it, but maybe it's just me. I think it's just you. I think it's just you. I'm completely over it. I'm over it. I don't miss her. All that, you know, like all of it. Just water under the bridge.
So much water under the bridge, in fact. You could actually maybe see this bridge has been destroyed by some kind of flood from all this water under the bridge currently.
Stop throwing pennies at me, Tree. Can you give me some serious money here? Like, get some fucking marbles going. I miss her so much. Bracket Ash because I banned her.
네, 재미없어요라고 딱 봇을 박으셨습니다.
Where are my codes, Craig?
응원해준 팬분을 정말
Did you find some?
분들을
Still looking, eh?
오늘 직관 처음 왔는데 꼭 이겨주세요.
3 hours.
외치신 팬분들도 굉장히
Rummaging through the
많거든요.
trash for a
팬분들께
pile of codes.
드립니다.
Thanks for the bits under the bridge.
He's trying to... How is there an account called Under the Bridge?
와주시는 거에 대해 감사하고
I think as well, right now, Craig is at the point where he's just trying to piece together remnants of other codes, hoping to make a functional code that he can give us.
Yeah, well, I was giving away like thirds of codes at some point, you know, like just a block from the code.
Alright guys, we're going to be giving away the first letter of the code today, so if anyone wants to win the first letter here, enter the race.
This is actually an excellent video, and this actually really adequately describes what I do with your sub money, by the way, guys. Day drinking and smoking cigarettes at 8 AM on a Thursday. Oh, I love this guy. Love Jacob Jones. Just,
Wait,
he's made a career out of... Huh?
Did you have a stream open just then, where Lisa Yoon takes the mic off proper and makes him do finger guns to the camera?
No, I literally just opened up day drinking and smoking cigarettes at 8 a.m. on a Thursday, so I didn't see it. This guy's been farming this shit every week of his life. Yeah, I mean, he's the first guy to, like, actually just, you know, in quite some time, to just make smoking... He's made smoking cool again. The only thing that's made smoking cool again in the past decade, this guy and the existence of vapes and Zins, you know? Like,
and JK,
the people
of
that...
course.
And J. Karu, obviously. But, yeah. He's just so fucking chill. Yeah, no. Nothing says chill like lung cancer and mouth cancer and God knows how many other health issues associated with tobacco smoking. That's GOAT. Thanks for continuing to throw pennies at me. I started smoking to quit vaping. I started smoking because I didn't want to look gay after vaping. Was my method.
As someone who used to vape it, you do just feel, what's the word? Less of that when you see someone walking past with a cigarette, you know? You're just like, ah, well.
To quote South Park, who the hell wants to be 90 anyway? I mean, look, my grandmother's 91. She seems pretty happy with existence and she don't smoke no cigarettes, so...
There's probably a connection there.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor. But, I reckon there's a connection.
I'm not a doctor.
Oh,
they're already seated and mouse padded? What the fuck?
Ooh.
How did T1 sit down so quick? It's like fast travel.
They're gonna do like they're gonna like sit down and set up, but then they're gonna go off again to do the walk. Pardon me.
Is this? I haven't opened it yet. Tree. Is this gonna be me banning Ash or something? I'm opening it. It's timestamped. Sugar-free, timestamped on Blizzard World. All right, let's see what this is. On Tracer. Well, that's nice. That's nice, Tree. No. Ash was banned. This is sugar-free on Tracer here.
Oh.
I think he killed someone in the first fight, and then Alex immediately died. Remember, Alex. Knife pop is not up yet. Best I could do. I mean, he did do nothing on Tracer, you know, to be fair. Alright. It's a good recall. Oh my days. Oh my days. Your Korean superstar? maybe the Tracer band didn't matter, bro. You know what?
You got this getting his knife kit on Tracer a few more times, mate.
Just fan surgeon at that point. Yeah, I mean you're right about that, Tree. You're right about that. Just go for a hero that can't rotate as much, just easy to catch. But yeah. I mean, he did have that dog in him on Tracer here, you know? Arnie Shebal, etc. But you know, when the chips are down. Nah, I mean the better reaction is honestly this one. You remember this?
Was Ball Ban available on Blizzard? No. Ball was used on map 1. Oh, is this for PG? I know this clip.
It's a good clip. It's a good clip. Yeah, that'll do. This guy said I had 12 ads in 15 minutes.
Congratulations. Anything good?
Cheers, mate. Let's see. Somebody told this guy subs don't get ads.
No way.
I want to know when it was during the map that you realized you trolled the draft and what were those feelings like. I can actually tell you like really clearly, Tree. I can actually like give you a really insane like mental map of it. Because I can actually just open my DMs with Ryan Ruffle and see it like instantly. Let me find it. Okay, so I've got to go back in our chat.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink while you recap your failings for the 14th time this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over it though. But you know, Tree has asked, so I've just got to give him a quick rundown. Here we are discussing what atom is better. Here we are saying that we're watching from the pub. I'm unemployed, leave me alone. I mean, I don't know. Pay up, buddy. Pay up. Okay. Alright, Tree, here's the basic timeline. 10:38 a.m. during Esperanza, I said, referring to Esperanza on map 4, don't want to ban Tracer, must save for map 5. Not scared of Ball here, or not scared of Mirror. And then at 10:44, or at 10:42, I banned Ash. And then at 10:44, no, we're so fucked. Actually, terrible draft at the end, I think. I banned Ash, that's so stupid. So, there was 2 minutes between me banning Ash and me immediately before the map has even started knowing that I completely trolled the draft. Actual instant. It was, look, really that 30-second window, that was a real under the pump situation. Why'd you ban Ash though? We just had no time after deciding not to ban Tracer. We were just so down on time after deciding not to ban Tracer. No way bro had regrets before the map started. I mean, it's like, it's not that you didn't have time, it's that I didn't have the docs. No, okay, Tree, I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to Danny today during and after our scrim, and I actually can't tell if he's baiting me or if he's actually just like, if he's in way too deep with this doc shit. He was saying to me that it's like, that it's so much work, the docs that he's doing, that he sits in class and all he's thinking about is bans. And then when he goes to sleep, he dreams about bans. And it's like, it feels like bait, right? Like, it feels like it has to be bait. But I also know Daniel, right? I also know Daniel is a fucking freak. So, like, this kid is actually going to sleep dreaming about the draft. Like, be for real. Be for real. That guy's a real lover of the game. He's a full-time drafter. The draftsman, if you will. Wish I could show you. What, the docs? He's just a dedicated coach, unlike you. I mean, he's dedicated in the sense that he has a dedicated job of handling the draft, right? You know, that's a... Who opponent they draft? Danny, probably. Danny. Just handshake and ban Mercy if it requires that much brain power. Never, ever is that team gonna... I was calling him Doctor Strange today, dude. No, yesterday. Yesterday when we were on like Nepal, I think it was yesterday, and you banned Farah. He waited like 3 minutes and then he banned Farah. It's like, we're actually just going up against Doctor Strange. Like, I actually just can't be asked with this anymore, you know? Like, what's your job then? Give players feedback? I don't know, like, give players feedback and do the draft? Until what you should have done is tweeted an official complaint that you didn't have enough time for the bans. I mean, everyone has the same amount of time to do the bans, so even if I don't like the amount of time allotted, everyone is in the same conditions, so complaining about it is pointless. Like, is it a doc or a spreadsheet? It's a cinematic universe. Thanks, confusion. Thanks. What you should have done is trash talk the team and privated your Twitter. I should have gone for the Rhino school.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Got myself a
We're
sandwich.
just now concluding the talk about the draft. I can do the sandwich.
Wait, which draft were you talking about?
We're actually talking about Danny's draft docs more broadly now, about how Tree reckons that it's incredible, and talking about how Danny dreams of the draft, unironically, and sits in class fantasizing about drafts.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to fail He's not getting through school.
I mean, I feel like it ties in well with his data science. So you want Crazy Raccoon? You reckon this could be another upset series? I reckon this is the two best balls in the world.
Battle of the balls. No marbles.
Just looked at your stream. What is your face cam? It's me. I got on Ozempic.
Where even
are there only 12 people watching Korea? This is just the English co-stream on souplive.com that nobody watches.
Yeah, they have.
Have you tried being a really sore loser, Chrysler?
Are you?
I should consider being a really sore loser. is it a sore loser to be like, I feel like this was really my fault and I feel very responsible? I feel like that's not sore loser.
No, it was actually.
It might be pathetic, but you know, it's yeah.
It wasn't like I think everyone was excited. You know, you coaching a team again to get some kind of like. Some like Chris revenge, put you in a coke situation where you have to defend, but you were just
sad,
you
really.
were full violet emoji caught. Yep, it's on me. Hands up.
Yep. Yeah, my bad, dude. Like, I don't know. That's the difference between me and Chris. You know, Chris is never